said, and it's going to be a fun one tonight, Chris.
Well, I don't know if the weather is begging me to go play football, but I sure will enjoy watching the Arkadelphia Badgers play the Ozark Hillbillies tonight, first round of the 4A state playoffs. Arkadelphia, the 1 seed out of the 4A7, hosting the Ozark Hillbillies, the 5 seed out of the 4A4. We take a look at the other games from Arkadelphia's conference, the 4A7, the 2 seed Malvern is hosting Pottsville tonight. Number 3 seed Nashville is hosting the Pocahontas Redskins. That's not a short trip. The 4 seed Ashdown is on the road at Highland, and Harmony Grove is wrapping things up as they are on the road as well. It's a fun time for every player who gets to play in the state playoffs. The road to the Rock starts tonight. We got a lot in front of us on the Southern Bancorp Badger pregame show. After this timeout, we'll hear from Arkadelphia head coach Trey Shucker. The interview brought to you by Roger Wingfield State Farm on Pine Street in Arkadelphia. Talked to Coach Shucker about last week's game against Malvern. Talk about how much more beautiful the weather is tonight than it was this time last week at Leopard Stadium. Talk about the players of the game. Then in the second segment, we'll talk about tonight's game against Ozark in the first round of the 4A state playoffs. This is the Southern Bancorp Badger pregame show, and we will be back with that interview with Arkadelphia head coach Trey Shucker after this timeout. Thanks for joining us. Looking for a fun night tonight? We'll be back after this timeout on Arkadelphia Badger football.
Great coaches know that success on the field takes more than just athletic ability. It takes a winning strategy. And at Southern Bancorp, we believe the same applies to banking. Whether you need competitive rates on loans and accounts to keep you in the game, or financial tools like credit counseling and homebuyer education to move the ball down the field, we can help. Visit banksouthern.com today and let's build your winning strategy. Southern Bancorp, wealth builders for everyone. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Locally owned and operated, Welch Funeral Home has been serving the Arkadelphia community since 2005. Our goal at Welch Funeral Home is to offer every family that will allow us to serve them the most caring, dignified, professional service at the most affordable price. With over 40 years of experience in the funeral home industry, owner Tim Welch and Welch Funeral Home have also been longtime supporters of the Arkadelphia Badgers and Lady Badgers. Contact Welch Funeral Home at 870-230-1400 or visit them at 202 South 4th Street near downtown Arkadelphia. As a family-owned sporting goods supplier since 1950, Southwest Sporting Goods understands the value of customer service and is committed to providing the best quality customer service and merchandise available. Southwest Sporting Goods is located in Arkadelphia, but also has salesmen that cover the entire state of Arkansas to help ensure that their customers will receive the best customer service and pricing that can be found. Southwest Sporting Goods, located in downtown Arkadelphia, supporting the Badgers since 1950.
Go Badgers!
Welcome back to the Southern Bancorp Badger pregame show. Chris Babb here with Arkadelphia head coach Trey Shucker. This interview each week brought to you by Roger Wingfield State Farm. Give them a call at 870-260-2162 or stop by 620 Pine Street on Monday and let Roger Wingfield State Farm see how they can help you with your insurance needs. Coach, we begin the playoffs. First round of the 4A state playoffs tonight. It is a beautiful, clear night, and we can't say that about last week. Some of our equipment was a little bit damp when I can't say that. We were inside. We were inside. We were spoiled. It was not inside.
I'll tell you, our equipment was pretty damp.
Yeah. Your equipment and your kids and everything were pretty. It sounded like Remy enjoyed her first rain football game.
She loved it. She loved it. Picking her up after the game. I think she had a water balloon in each pocket, and it busted whenever I picked her up.
Hayes, not so much. He had a little bit of adjustment to get to. Let's go back to that game. The Badgers defeat Malvern 34-23. Malvern gets a touchdown in the last second to make it the 11-point game. Won the conference championship. Extended the conference win streak. Hadn't lost a conference game since 2021. Lost that one in the second week of conference. Washita River Rumble Belt again. We'll have Arkadelphia on it, and all those things are fun. But it also sets you up for what you are tonight.
That's right.
First seed from the 4A7. Gets ready to have a couple of home game tonight. If you win that, be back here at Badger Stadium next week. Coach, a lot of times you hear, it's a rain game. How's it going to affect the offenses? Oh, it's a rain game. That team that passes is going to have a disadvantage. Well, 240 yards passing in the first half from Bryson McCoy, and your receivers catching the ball kind of threw all that theory out the window. I thought offensively your guys really executed well despite the conditions.
Yeah, there was a lot of big plays being made. We put up some numbers, and that is due to execution and the playmaking ability. Man, it was not a perfect game. We haven't played a game with that many mistakes offensively in a long time. I know it's a big game and all that, but I know what it was, but I also know what it could have been due to that. But proud of our offense. Threw the ball really well. Even given the circumstance of how heavy the rain was. Threw and caught the ball really, really well, and then we were able to rush the ball really well also. I think we had 470 yards of offense. There was a lot of points left on the board. Like I said, it wasn't great, but we did enough to win. Defense played a phenomenal night. Really shut down their rushing attack and didn't really allow much in the passing game either. The points that they did have were off of just a couple busted plays that ended up they took advantage of, and two explosive plays. You take away those two explosive plays, it's a different looking scoreboard.
I think it also is a testament to, or not a testament, an illustration of how one play can make a difference in a game.
Absolutely.
That was a one possession game in the third quarter because they had two big plays.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you take away those two big plays, and it's a different ball game for sure. But those two big plays did happen, and so that's what we fight against. We've got to, we know it's not going to be a perfect game,
right?
But we, when we do make a mistake, we don't want it to be as big as what we allowed it to be last week. But we stayed together as a team. We were able to execute and stay together and finish the game the way it should have been finished. So that's what Badger victory. So we're excited about that.
Excuse me. Players of the game, offense, Jay Purifoy again. Really just a very productive night. Obviously, with the receiving yards, you have to have a quarterback get you the ball. Bryson McCoy had a great game as well, but Purifoy receiving, had some rushes, just really made plays and found ways to get extra yardage when he got in space, and he found ways to get open.
Yeah, he sure did. He was really dynamic. He made the plays through the air also in the passing game, but we were able to hand him the ball also in some big situations. He was able to really eat up some yards. I know we were in a one of them was we were backed up third and really, really long, and we were able to hand him the ball on a certain play, and he was able to get around the edge and get about 25 and put us in I think it was a 2nd and 2 situation.
You had a first down for a couple of minutes.
Yeah.
And they got it right. It was 2nd and 2.
They were right.
Yeah.
But, man.
You're like.
Don't get it wrong. How about that?
We're going to have that the second time in a row. But this one got caught, Ashdown. We benefited from that one.
The refs had it right in the end. It's just frustrating when you get it wrong and then have to correct it because it screws the game and the flow up. But, we don't control that.
That's right. Defensively, your defense, we mentioned the one, two big plays. One of those was on special teams, but your defense played well again. It's happened all week, and your defensive player of the week really put in a good effort. Yeah,
Malachi Hamilton was our defensive player of the week, middle linebacker. He led us in tackles all night. I mean, he was making the plays. We want to put our kids in position to make the play, and then it's up to them to whether they're going to do it or not, and he did it. Led us in tackles, and then our defense line played phenomenal also, keeping our linebackers clean and be free hitters on the running backs. Our defensive line was so disruptive in the run-pass game. I think it was our best overall game on the night by the D-line. They're so
and that's
special.
A lot to choose from.
There's a bunch, but
a lot of games.
I think it's the best defensive performance by the D-line Friday.
A lot of times the broadcast crews will get together before the game to help with pronunciation, say who's starting here, who's doing this. And so Ron McNamara from Malvern said, hey, tell me who your best linebacker is. I said 0 and 2 and 4. He said all of them. I said, yeah, all of them. They'll all be out there, And we talk about the depth at defensive line, but it's a good linebacker crew to throw in there as well.
It's tough, and Reese Campbell's our senior linebacker, and the other two are juniors.
He'll be back.
Yeah, and so Reese has done a great job as a senior, being the senior leader out of that group, and the other two have done a great job also. They trade who's the most productive week by week. It's not really just one of them. It can be any of them. That's why, just going back to what you're telling the other guys, is You better have your eye on all of them.
You had, 3 was your offensive player of the week. We've talked about 0, 2, and 4, so let's just throw number 1 in there. Braden Wagner, your special teams
player of the week. He's our special teams player because of how well he received the punt. He's our punt returner. Kept our offense in good field position with punt returns as well as fair catching punts.
Save you a few yards.
It does, and that stuff matters. Every yard matters, especially in a big game like that one. And then also made some big time tackles on our kickoff unit. We talked about we gave an explosive play up on the kickoff for a touchdown, but there was a couple other times where if he does not make the play, it could be something like that again. And so he made the play, made the tackle, and saved us from having another big return on us.
We'll wrap up the first segment with our Badger Spirit Award winner, Cam Archer.
Cam Archer, he's a junior wide receiver for us. He's a part of all of our special teams units. He's a skilled player. He gets to wear a jersey, on a Friday night, but just matters so much to our preparation for the game every Friday night, just based off of the look that he gives us on our scout teams, offense, defense, and special teams. Brings the energy, always got a smile on his face, having fun. He just loves to play football.
After the break, we'll talk about tonight's opponent, the Ozark Hillbillies, as we enter the playoffs, the first round of the 4A state playoffs. Just a few minutes away, you're tuned in to the Southern Bancorp Badger pregame show. This interview with Coach Shucker brought to you by Roger Wingfield State Farm. We'll be back after this timeout.
The State Farm Personal Price Plan helps you create an affordable price just for you.
Call State Farm agent Roger Wingfield for your personal price plan today.
When you bundle home and auto, good things can happen. You get a local agent who can help you choose the right coverage for you at a price that's right for you.
Call State Farm agent Roger Wingfield in Arkadelphia today.
At Eccles, Thompson, and Kneebone CPA, we seek to provide accounting, tax, and financial planning services to individuals and small businesses with proficiency and integrity. Serving Arkadelphia since 1977, our staff looks forward to meeting your financial goals of today and also becoming your financial advocate for life. Visit us at 205 North 25th Street or call 246-8991 today. Eccles, Thompson, and Kneebone LTD says Go Badgers.
Welcome back to the Southern Bancorp Badger pregame show. Chris Babb with Arkadelphia head coach Trey Shucker. This interview brought to you by Roger Wingfield State Farm. Give them a call at 870-246-2162. Stop by 620 Pine Street on Monday to see how Roger Wingfield State Farm can help you out with your insurance needs. Coach, we move into the playoffs tonight. Arkadelphia hosting Ozark, the 5 seed from the 4A4. Conference was won by Dardanelle. Mena got second place. Ozark, there was a jumble for those 3, 4, and 5 spots, and Ozark ended up with that 5 spot. The Hillbillies are not a stranger. They played them at home in the playoffs previously. Before we get into personnel, I guess just talking about the playoffs in general, what do you, as a head coach, believe the importance of being able to play playoff games at home is?
Well, just having home field advantage, keeping everything. It's a lot easier to keep your kids on schedule if you're playing at home. Home field advantage of playing in front of your home crowd. Just the whole game day process, being at home is just huge. Just it helps create the same mindset and keeps your kids focused going into the game. It's just you don't have all the distractions of trying to get on the bus, trying to time up when we're going to get somewhere, when we're going to eat, when we're going to do this, what we're going to do, where do we need to park, where we're going to dress, all the things that go on. Everything's already set.
Yep.
And so it's just a lot smoother, especially in the playoffs, to be home, have home field advantage, and we've got that right now.
And as we're recording this evening, about an hour and a half before the game, or 2 hours before the game, and I heard Hamburg was headed to Gravette today. So you also know that you're not going to be on the bus for 6 hours.
Yeah.
Coach, let's talk about Ozark. The Hillbillies come in primarily a run-based offense in the past. What do we expect to see from Ozark tonight?
A lot of the same. They're big up front. They're big at the skill positions. Strength and size is their, what they like to live off of. So they're going to keep the ball on the ground. They will be in the shotgun to do it. They're not going to be under center and do that kind of stuff. But they are a power run spread offense is what they're called. So you're going to see a lot of downhill run, a lot of motion, a lot of misdirection, some sweeps. Speed is where they're lacking. It's just
what it is.
Yeah, it's just what it is. They've had teams in the past that have some speed. This is not the year that they do.
Let's take a look at some of the intangibles. Obviously, we say every week, special teams, complimentary football, all that. What do you see as a couple of the keys tonight for your Badgers as you come out and start the game?
Yeah, I think one of the biggest keys tonight, just away from the typical things of explosive plays and turnovers, I think our defense has got to play really well on third down. If we're in a 3rd and 3 situation, we have got to stop them and get them off the field. We can't allow a first down and just to keep them on the field and keep them going. We have got to get them off the field on third down. Offensively, if we can minimize penalties, that's one thing that kind of hurt us last week. If we can minimize penalties, we'll be able to move the ball like we want to. I have faith that our kids are going to go catch the ball and run the ball well and do what they're supposed to do. But if we can minimize penalties, it'll help that out.
Well, Coach, we'll let you go. Appreciate you delaying your schedule tonight for me. So we do this, so we'll let you go a little bit to go get ready for pregame here in about 30 minutes from when we record this. The Badgers and the Hillbillies. It's playoff time. It's always exciting. I told somebody it's always exciting when you are coming to a game at 5 o'clock and it's already dark.
It's already dark.
Everybody, most people I talk to hate daylight saving time leaving, getting dark earlier. To me, my warped sense of mind goes to sports, and I think, well, that means it's playoff time.
That's right.
In high school football, because you show up and it's already dark, an hour and a half before the game time. That means you are playing when it matters. And
That's
Coach,
right.
That starts tonight.
We're excited about it. We've done a good job of keeping a focused mindset on the opponent at hand. I know there's a lot of people that try to come up and talk about the future and next week and the week after and all. No, we're worried about Ozark and Ozark only. That's been our big focus all week with our team, our coaches. We're going to take it one opponent at a time because football games are hard to win. Playoff games are even harder to win, and it doesn't matter who you're going to play.
Well, Coach, thanks. Good luck tonight, and we'll talk to you after the game.
All right, thank you.
We'll be back with more of the Southern Bancorp Badger pregame show after this timeout. Our thanks to Arkadelphia head coach Trey Shucker for taking his time out to join us. This interview each week brought to you by Roger Wingfield State Farm. We'll be back with more of the pregame show after this timeout.
On your side, by your side means we handle all the details if you're hurt in an accident, so you can focus on your well-being. We'll get the accident report, talk to witnesses, get you into a rental car, negotiate a settlement, or even take your case to court if necessary. We will do everything we can to provide relief for you and your family. That's what we've done for our clients for more than 25 years. At Taylor King Law, we provide strong legal help and are proudly on your side, by your side.
The Board of Directors at South Central Electric Cooperative believes in the necessity of high-speed internet access in rural South Central Arkansas. South Central Connect was created to fulfill a need other internet providers were not able to provide in our area. South Central Connect, through our local cooperative, brings the necessity of internet service to your house, much like they did electricity in the 1930s. Sign up today at southcentralconnect.net or call 855-269-3429.
Everyone's known for something. Ours is simple. At the Southwest Auto Collection and iDriveSWA.com, you get the absolute lowest price on America's best brands: Ford, Lincoln, Chevy, GMC, Buick, and Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram. The best selection and the lowest prices guaranteed. And we deliver anywhere in the state, plus tires for life. It really is that simple. Visit us today, the Southwest Auto Collection, I-30 Exit 78 in Arkadelphia, or online at iDriveSWA.com.
Turner, Rogers, Manning & Plyler CPA is a longtime supporter of the Arkadelphia Public School District. Turner, Rogers, Manning & Plyler has established a reputation for providing clients with outstanding services that include auditing, accounting, and tax and business consulting. Contact Turner, Rogers, Manning & Plyler today at 870-246-4563 or by visiting them at 305 Professional Park Drive in Arkadelphia. Turner, Rogers, Manning & Plyler says, "Go Badgers!"
Good evening from Badger Stadium. This is Jeff Root along with me, Cooper Darr. Cooper, this is going to be an outstanding football game. First night of the playoffs, Arkadelphia at home, large crowd, cool evening, everything perfect for football right now.
That's right. It is the perfect atmosphere for some Friday night football as we are getting ready. The Badgers are coming on. The captains are on the field as well as the Hillbilly captains as well. But, yeah, Jeff, it's going to be a great night of football. The atmosphere is really nice, and it looks like we got some mood lighting going on as the captains are going out.
That's right. You're going to see the whole field lit up in just a moment, but the captains are going out to the 50-yard line right now. I tell you what, Cooper, Ozark has had a good program in recent years. They've won a lot of games. Right now, though, Arkadelphia is the healthier team as the quarterback, we think, is out for Ozark, and he's been their leading rusher and passer, obviously.
That's right. He's kind of been the man for their offense. Obviously, they have other weapons, just like Arkadelphia always has other weapons, but Ozark is they're going to be hurting a little bit without their quarterback tonight, but I'm expecting to see some different things from them as the film. I mean, Coach Shucker was probably watching all the film from this past quarterback all week, so now they got to kind of adjust to something else for tonight. But something Coach Shucker also said in the pregame, this is a big team. It's a strong team as well, so they might not be the most healthy, but they are a strong physical team.
We have alumni of Arkadelphia all over the country who are watching this tonight. We want to say, if we call them the Hillbillies, that's not a pejorative term. That's the mascot of their high school.
That's right. Their mascot has a shotgun and all in their logo. So it's going to be a lot of fun tonight as the Hillbillies take on the Badgers.
We expect a sophomore quarterback for Ozark to get the start, Cade Kemp. He does have some experience at quarterback and other positions this year, and he'll get the ball first because Ozark has just won the toss, and they elected to send that offense out first. Interesting.
That's right. And, I mean, especially with your quarterback not really being here for the beginning of the game, you wouldn't really expect that, though. I'm expecting the Hillbillies to want to start on a very high note offensively. So Badgers aren't usually used to being on defense, I feel like, first, but I'm excited to see what's about to happen.
I tell you what, we're going to let you enjoy the visual right now as Arkadelphia is coming out on the field. Got those fire cannons moving. Thank you very much for your help with that, Cooper Darr. And look at this, Arkadelphia onto the field, ready for action. Lights flashing. The addition of LED lights this year has added something special to the stadium.
It really has, and it's been a new thing within even college programs, but Arkadelphia is just so far ahead of what other high schools are doing. And, yes, other high schools in Arkansas have them, but Arkadelphia just knows how to do it right. They're setting an atmosphere that is fun for the players, but also fun for the fans and cheerleaders to root on these football players as well.
There's a crowd on the visitor side, and a visitor band is here, so it is we're in full effect here, and the home side is just as crowded as it could be, as you would expect. It's playoff football, home games to start these playoffs for Arkadelphia, just what you want as you go through the regular season.
That's right. It's really a new season. It starts today as we have another 5 weeks of football after this, so it's going to be a lot of fun, but you got to get through tonight to play in a state championship here in 5 weeks.
Colton Rawson, one of those deep to receive for Ozark, and the deep man and maybe the most dangerous man on the field tonight is only a sophomore for Ozark. That's Easton Fox. He is a wide receiver with 5 touchdown pass receptions, and he's also a very fine kick returner, but Arkadelphia's kick coverage has been good all year.
It has been very good, and Molinari has the kicker, number 44, as we see right there on the screen, kind of getting the ball set on his tee. Molinari has had great placement all year, but just like you said, the coverage, really, I think it's led by number 83, Xavier Williams, and he is literally the first guy to get down there every single time. Just look out for number 83 right here on that far side. So he's going to get down there first, and the ball should place here around the 10 or 15-yard line. So this is going to be a fun football game right here.
From the left hash, he'll often kick it down near the numbers. To his left, and here's the kickoff, and the kickoff is a shot down to the numbers inside the 10. It's going to bounce around, being picked up at the 5-yard line, returned to the 10-yard line. Tackle made. Oh, they didn't tackle him. He stayed in bounds, I believe, and he might go. This is a long kickoff return. Arkadelphia, I think, thought he was out of bounds, and he was not. A kickoff return all the way for a touchdown for the Ozark Hillbillies.
It looks like that touchdown was scored by number 44, Eli Gilstrip. He is a senior for the Hillbillies. I know we just talked about the kickdown or the kickoff coverage team, but looks like our words didn't quite meet the standards right there, but, I mean, looks like the Ozark Hillbillies are here to play tonight.
He is one of the running backs for this team, and he is not the fastest kick returner we've seen, but he's thick. They thought they had him knocked out of bounds, and he just didn't lose his balance, stayed in bounds, and then he had blockers and got all the way down the field for an opening kickoff touchdown return. They're going to go for 2. Quarterback's going to keep it. This is Cap, and he's going to be hit very close to the line, and I don't think he got there. Officials have not ruled it yet, but I believe he's short. So the 2-point conversion fails. Cade Camp on the carry. He's going to be the quarterback, but not right now because Arkadelphia is going to return its own kickoff momentarily, and they're going to be trailing 6-0.
That's right, and it's kind of just a wake-up call, I feel like. Everyone starts. It doesn't matter if Arkadelphia being the 1st seed or Ozark being the 5th seed from their conference. Everyone is on level ground now that we are in the playoffs, so anything could happen. But it is a win-or-go-home situation, and I know Arkadelphia is going to bounce back right here.
Well, 11:44 left. Goodness, that didn't take long, did it? 11:44 left in the first quarter, and it's 6-0. Ozark in the lead with a kickoff return for a touchdown. Arkadelphia will have the ball next. Can never take anything for granted, and I think the Arkadelphia kick return team thought he was out of bounds when he was not, and then plenty of blockers led the way, and he got the touchdown.
That's right. You just always got to keep going until you hear the ref's whistle, but looks like we might have something similar happen with Jay Purifoy back or Ryan Roberts and Braden Wagner all ready to receive this football.
We did not see any deep kicks during warm-ups, and so Arkadelphia will send its return men to the 20-yard line on the left and right, and in the center to the, looks like the 19-yard line. They're looking for a short kick from Casey Moreland. And it's an onside kick, but a whistle goes down, and I think somebody got across the line of scrimmage too quickly. They're probably going to back them up by 5. Not a surprise, though. You go for the onside kick, try to get the ball back with a 6-0 lead, but it results in a 5-yard penalty. Somebody just got across the line too quickly.
Now, I wouldn't be surprised if they try to maybe squib kick it here as they have lost some yardage, kind of giving Arkadelphia a ball on their 55-yard line will be quite generous, so I'm excited to see what happens.
Moreland backs up quite a bit farther now. From his own 35, he will kick a line drive shot that will roll out of bounds. Rolls out of bounds about the 36-yard line. Well, 2 penalties on the kickoff for Ozark, and Arkadelphia will have not great field position, but pretty good field position. They'll get started across their own 35-yard line. I think they'll mark that where the ball rolled out, and they will. They're going to mark it all the way up to the 41-yard line. 1st down and 10 for the Badgers.
Well, here comes McCoy leading this offense as we have Maddox Finley out there, Jay Purifoy, Braden Wagner, and obviously a very, very dominant offensive line that has been very dominant all year long.
The quarterback is Bryson McCoy. Next to him, Kyle Reed, senior running back. McCoy is a sophomore. They're going to throw it into the flat. It's a completion, a hit immediately. They're going to tackle, I believe that's Purifoy who is hit. No, it's Roberts, I believe, who is hit immediately. He got a short gain. They're going to mark it at the 44. I thought they might give him the 45, but it's going to be the 44. Gain of 4. I'm sorry, gain of 3. 2nd and 7. Another pass to the opposite flat. That's complete. Across the 50 to the 49. Close to a 1st down. Let's see where they spot it.
And that's going to be a Welch Funeral Home 1st down for the Badgers.
All right, they're going to mark it at the 48-yard line of Ozark. Arkadelphia starting quickly. Now back under center or in the shotgun. They're going to hand it off, but hit immediately in the backfield. Really good penetration by a couple of those big defensive linemen for Ozark, and they force a loss on 1st down.
Just like Coach Shucker said in the pregame show, they're going to play strong, they're going to play physical, so let's see what they do.
2nd down, and that was at the Arkadelphia 49, but it looks like this time might be offsides on Ozark. They are anxious to get into the backfield, and so a little hard count there, and 5 yards free for Arkadelphia goes to the 46.
Arkadelphia is going to want to go fast, and so with their pace, they're also going to try to draw the Hillbillies offside, which is what we just saw.
2nd down, 8 yards to go. Send a man in motion. That is Roberts. And the Badgers snap it back to pass. McCoy backing up. He'll throw a short pass. It's complete to the 45, to the 40, to the 35, and down inside the 35-yard line. A good run after the catch by Reed.
I have a feeling we're going to hear a lot of his name tonight, and I know we've said it all season long as he had a great game last week as well against Malvern. But great spot there at the running back position.
Pick up of 13 yards, first down and 10, Arkadelphia. They're going to pitch it, and this is a reverse play. They get it out to Purifoy. He's got good space to the 25, to the 20, to the 15. They will not catch him. Purifoy, touchdown, Arkadelphia.
Touchdown Arkadelphia, and also Jay Purifoy over there on the reverse to the left. Really good job by McCoy, and that's going to come out as some passing yards as he kind of shuffle past it towards the front. So good job by Purifoy, good job by McCoy kind of holding out the fake there, and we'll see Molinari get the extra point right here.
And this would allow Arkadelphia to take the lead. Game 6-6 right now. Molinari's been just almost automatic. Kick up and kick is good. Arkadelphia has a 7-6 lead. Only one possession in the game that belonged to Arkadelphia, touchdown drive, but a kickoff return for a touchdown on the opening kickoff gave 6 points to Ozark. So with 10:28 left in the first quarter, Arkadelphia's grabbed the lead at 7-6. This is Arkadelphia Badgers football.
Whether you realize it or not, you see the work of bats and signs all around Arkadelphia. When you see the Badger equipment trailer on the way to a Badger game, Bats and Signs did that. When you're watching the Badgers, Tigers, or Reddies and see the signage that just really makes their facilities pop, Bats and Signs did that too. You see the signage in downtown Arkadelphia, on the campuses of Ouachita and Henderson, or the sign in your neighbor's yard supporting a candidate or their favorite Badger? Yep, Bats and Sign did that too. Longtime residents and supporters of all things Arkadelphia called Mark, Jared, Chris, or Ryan at Bats and Signs today to see what they can do for you.
We'll see what the official stats look like, but I think we'd call that a pass. It was one of those shuttle passes right in front of the quarterback, caught on the run by Purifoy, and then he showed great speed around the corner.
That's right. It was a shuffle pass, and so that's going to count as some passing yards for McCoy. So he's already 100%, I guess you could say, on his passes for tonight.
Faked it to the right. He came around to the left and just outran everybody. So Arkadelphia up 7-6. Trying to do a little bit better job on the kickoff coverage this time. Another kickoff return by Gilstrap. He's to the 15-yard line, dancing around looking for a place to go. This time they're going to tackle him short of the 25. About 5 Badgers in on the tackle.
Yeah, and I think the Badgers are going to let the Hillbillies know, like, that's not usually how it works around here, so they can't get away with it every time.
All right, first down and 10 for the Hillbillies. Once again, that is their mascot. You know, a lot of people in Arkadelphia know of Ozark as the place where John Outlaw, the late great head coach for Arkadelphia, went to high school along with John Atkins, who was an assistant coach for him. So they've had a long history of some high-level football. First down and 10 for Ozark. 3 backs in the formation. Look like they want to block for the quarterback, who is going to run, but he won't find much space. I believe I see Hamilton in there, Malachi Hamilton, a couple other Badgers.
Good job by Hamilton there, and this is going to be a big battle really in the trenches, holding up the line and having the linebackers like Hamilton split the gaps right there. So we're going to have a big night from Nikeeson, Skyler, Xavier, and everybody on the line, but also the linebackers as well, as this is going to be a huge offensive line to go against.
Loss of 1, second down, 11 yards to go.
Second down and 11 now.
Badgers line up defensively. They'll change the formation offensively this time for Ozark. 2 backs in the formation, split backs, and they're going to hand it to the tailback coming through. He is a big back. That's Gilstrap, and he'll make it to the 25 for a short gain. Won't go farther than that. He's a tough one, but gang tackling will bring him down.
Especially with Ozark's original starting quarterback being out tonight. It looks like number 44 is going to be kind of their guy, as he's already scored a touchdown tonight on kickoff return. So looks like he's going to be the guy for the offense tonight behind this big offensive line.
Ball spotted at the 25-yard line, so they need at least 8 yards to go for a first down. They will hand off again. Running play, Gilstrap. He's got some space. He is going to hit the defender and fall forward and make a first down. That's a good run by Gilstrap, who's done a nice job for his team so far tonight. The long kickoff return. Now a good run on third down for a first at the 35.
Yeah, and that was just a really hard physical run right there by Ilstrap. But really good by the offensive line as well for the Hillbillies. This is probably the biggest offensive line we've seen all year long. Do you agree, Dr. Root?
Yeah, I would say so. Maybe some of those preseason scheduled teams like Fairview might have had a bigger line, but this is a big, strong 4A line for sure. Backs on each side of the quarterback. Cap will hand it off again. Now he's going to keep it. That's a good run to the right side, but he is hit immediately and will fall forward. Good fake by the quarterback, but not much of a hole. It's going to be a gain out to the 28-yard line, gain of 3. Second down, 7 yards to go. Ball at the 38-yard line. Ozark trying to move the ball down by 1. It's 7-6 Arkadelphia. Cap at quarterback. Getting the action tonight, only a sophomore because their starter throughout the year, senior Kobe Wilbanks, is injured. He has not passed yet. They've had a good running attack so far. Here is Gilstrap again. He's going to be hit. He'll fall forward to the 41-yard line, a gain of 3 more, but it's 3rd down and 4.
It looks like that was Skylar McClure right there on the tackle, kind of squeezing that defensive end. So really good, smart job right there by Skylar, as looks like he kind of got hit in the arm a little bit, but it was a good physical tackle right there as well by Skylar.
3rd down and 4 yards to go. The big offensive line will line up. Got a big tight end in there to block as well. This might just go back to Gilstrap. Let's see. He's lined up this time in the pistol right behind his quarterback. Cap, the quarterback, looks to the sideline to get the call. And they are going to have to call timeout and talk about it. Big 3rd down, so they're going to call timeout. Ozark is right in this thing. Arkadelphia has a touchdown on a drive of its own. Ozark a touchdown on a kickoff return. 6:51 left in the first quarter. It's the Badgers 7, the Hillbillies 6. This is Arkadelphia Badgers football.
Make Print Mania in downtown Arkadelphia your place to get embroidery, screen printing, trophies, and more. Drop by their store on Main Street in downtown Arkadelphia or visit their website at printmaniatees.com to see how they can help your business or group. Need a shirt for an event? Let Print Mania take care of that. Need promotional materials for your business or organization? You can let Print Mania take care of that too. A family-run local business in Arkadelphia, Print Mania has been serving the public since 1992. Call Print Mania today, 870-246-3803.
After an Ozark timeout, they come out ready to run their offense on 3rd down and 4. Ozark at their own 40-yard line, 41-yard line, we should say. Same formation, pistol formation. That is Gilstrap. Good, tough running back behind his quarterback, Cap. Cap wants to run the option, going to pitch it to Gilstrap. He's hit immediately, will not make the first down. In fact, the ball is loose, but let's see if the officials say he was down. Arkadelphia came up with it, but it is not a turnover. It's just 4th down. All right, you're the underdog, Ozark. You got a 4th down, and they're going to need 3 yards. Will they punt? That's the question at their own 42-yard line.
That is a question for sure, and it's definitely early in the game, and Ozark is doing really well right now, as it doesn't look like they're about to punt, as they got some heavy blockers over there on the left. So I'm interested to see if they punt or not.
Arkadelphia does not send anyone deep to receive a punt. They're going to line up looking for a play, and the quarterback will run it. He will keep it and lose yardage. Back to the 41-yard line. Arkadelphia will take over with great field position.
This is great field position, especially at our 40-yard line, and looks like we just saw a flag come onto the field pretty late. So let's see what this call is.
After the play, you think?
Yes, sir.
35-yard line is where the flag came down. The officials are talking about it. Not sure what the call is going to be. Against Arkadelphia, perhaps? The official does say personal foul against Arkadelphia. Well, that's a huge call. Huge mistake by Arkadelphia. They'll move the ball all the way down to the 44-yard line of the Badgers. Arkadelphia had held on 4th down and 3, but instead of taking over at the 41-yard line of Ozark, the Hillbillies will keep the ball at the 44-yard line of Arkadelphia. Well, running game and then a penalty keeps it going. Oh, I'm sorry. It's after the play. That's right. So it's going to be Arkadelphia with the ball. A little hard to tell because some of the Ozark players are playing both ways. My mistake. Arkadelphia with the ball at the 44-yard line. First down and 10 for the Badgers. Badger offense comes onto the field, and they'll set up offensively just 54 yards away. Back to pass. McCoy wants to throw a deep one. He's got a receiver deep. He's looking for Purifoy, and it's batted away at the last moment. Really fine job of playing defense that time because reaching over, the taller Casey Moreland was able to knock the ball down.
It looks like we just had a little bit too much hang time right there as McCoy. It was a very good, accurate pass, but just a little bit too much hang time. So let's see what the offense does right here.
Second down 10 for the Badgers. Starting at their own 44-yard line, running wide as Reed. One tackler misses him. He's up to the 50, to the 45, to the 41. First down and 10.
And there's Kyle Reed doing what Kyle Reed does. As you see, the head coach for the Hillbillies kind of getting a little upset as his defensive players over there letting Reed all the way over there. But that is a Welch Funeral Home first down.
Yeah, it's a nice run for a first down. Second down, they're listing second down, but it's first and 10. There's a run off tackle this time, gains very little. Now it's going to be second down. And they're working through the downs to get this right. There we go. Second down. They're going to mark it for a gain of just 1 to the 40-yard line. Second and 9. Ozark's done a good job of stopping a couple of those runs, but the wide runs, especially around the left side, they have been pretty much open for the Badgers. Second down, 9 yards to go. Arkadelphia wants to throw. McCoy, pass into the flat, wide open again. To the 35, to the 30. And knocked upside down, but landing safely at the 28-yard line is Reed.
And that is a Welch Funeral Home first down for Reed and the Badgers.
Reed's a little slow in getting up, so he's going to check out of the game. And Caden Whitaker, the sophomore, checks in at running back. First down and 10 for the Badgers, marked at the 28-yard line. Here is a running play with Whitaker. He's up to the 25, to the 20, inside the 20, to the 19-yard line. And that is I believe, a first down. Just depends on the spot. They're going to put it at the 19. That is a first down.
And Coach Shucker always talks about how important the depth at the running back position is, and we've seen it right here.
First and 10, Arkadelphia. McCoy at quarterback will hand off this time again to Whitaker up the middle. He will spin. He'll make yardage. He's inside the 15, down near the 13-yard line. Good work by the offensive line. Good work by the running backs. Both the starter Reed and now Whitaker as the backup. That was a gain of 6 at second and 4. Badgers quickly line up. Whitaker only a sophomore, and the quarterback McCoy only a sophomore, and 2 in the backfield. If you're accustomed to seeing Moody play some at quarterback, you're going to see him some on defense because he can't hold the ball right now with the injury he has.
That's right. He has a club for a fist, and they're not going to really let him play at the running back position. So they're going to let him hit people on the defensive side. So it's good to have Moody back, though. He's been out the last 2 or 3 weeks, so I'm excited to see him play.
Penalty against Arkadelphia. Second down, 9 yards to go now. They're going to line up with Whitaker, or no, Reed is back in the game. They want to throw it to him, and they will. Out in the flat, it is just over his head and incomplete. Reed couldn't quite get there. That was open for at least a first down, if not a touchdown, but it's incomplete.
And that's the thing. We haven't seen a lot of these defenses. The defensive end decided to go out there with the running back. He was kind of reading him. So good job by the Hillbillies right there, but let's see what the Badgers do.
Third down, 9 yards to go for Arkadelphia. Badgers leading by 1. They want more. Rolling out is McCoy. He is in trouble. He'll fire it downfield anyway. That's caught. Wagner's got it at the 15, to the 10, to the 5. Wagner's fighting. Wagner's got it. Touchdown, Arkadelphia. What a great effort by Braden Wagner. And what a great effort by McCoy to get the ball to him.
Yeah, just to even have extra yards on that play was huge. So great job by McCoy and Wagner just getting the touchdown right there. That is something that's very, very hard to do, especially if you're throwing the ball basically backwards. So great job by McCoy and Wagner for the connection on the touchdown.
Badgers have 2 possessions and 2 touchdowns so far in the ballgame. Extra point by Seth Molinari is good. And it's Arkadelphia 14, Ozark 6, 3:45 left. We're in the first quarter tonight. This is Arkadelphia Badgers football.
You belong at Patterson Federal Credit Union. No matter your financial needs, Patterson has products to help. We offer all types of accounts, loans, certificates, and financial counseling. Patterson is also a strong supporter of the Arkadelphia School District. We provide food for students in need, have donated funds for additional security measures, and can always be counted on when a need arises for students and staff. Serving Clark County for over 67 years, we pride ourselves on providing the highest quality service to our members and our community. Join us soon. You belong here.
The Badgers have had the ball twice tonight, scored a touchdown in 6 plays, a 59-yard drive, and then a 56-yard drive in 9 plays. Just ended with a touchdown, McCoy to Wagner, and so Arkadelphia leads at 14-6. The Ozark touchdown came on the opening kickoff, a kickoff return for a touchdown. They drove the ball to their own 42-yard line, but failed on a 4th down attempt. A penalty against Arkadelphia made a little longer drive, but still a touchdown drive. So the Badgers are 2 for 2 on drives for touchdowns tonight. Seth Molinari's kick. Going to be a 3rd opportunity for Mr. Gilstrap. He's going to run it from the 10-yard line, looking for space. He's to the 20. He'll break a tackle. He's tough to tackle, but he makes it just to the 26-yard line, 1st down and 10.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. He is a tough man to tackle, as he is very, very built, as you could say. I mean, he's a strong guy, and this entire Ozark team is very, very strong. So, as you can see on the offensive line, they also got tight ends that look like offensive linemen as well. So, a lot of blockers for the Ozark Hillbillies as they're going to try to run the ball here plenty tonight.
On 1st down at 10, the young sophomore quarterback will get his team lined up correctly. That's Cade Kapp. 2 backs in the formation. There's a blocker, and there's a run up the middle, but nowhere to go this time. That strong defensive line for Arkadelphia. You just got to figure is ready for this contest. On the carry that time for Ozark, his 1st carry of the night, Lawson Wright.
And that's going to be really big for this defensive line all night, just being able to play with your hands, read your keys, and just stay where you need to be and not get too just happy trying to do everything, but do your job tonight. That's going to be the story for the defensive line, is to do your job.
Wright stays in the backfield. The quarterback Kapp, who has not thrown the ball yet, might throw it here. He rolls out to the right, looking deep. He'll throw a deep pass, and that ball is knocked down incomplete. Almost intercepted, or did he catch that on a deflection? He was not the intended receiver, I don't believe, but the tight end walked over and caught the tip and made the miraculous catch. So it's a big 1st down for Ozark. They'll cross the 50 and go to the 49. I didn't call it correctly because I couldn't believe what I was looking at. I thought he had just made a dive that didn't result in anything, but he actually caught the ball. What a great job. And it's 1st down and 10 for Ozark. First pass of the night is a completion of 26 yards. From the Arkadelphia 49-yard line, 1st down for Ozark. Arkadelphia watches Ozark load the left side, and they're going to run straight up the middle, but a flag goes down and stops the play. Stop the play. Looks like a false start maybe is going to send it back 5 yards against Ozark. You don't normally see that much of a play occur when they blow it dead, but everybody was anxious. They got the whistles going and stopped the play. Back them up 5 yards, 1st down and 15. 46-yard line. Kapp made a pretty good throw, I thought, Cooper, but it was well defended. It's just that on the tip, it was caught by another Hillbilly.
Yeah, quarterback did make a good throw right there. He kind of threw it up, and there were 4 people around, and just the Ozark Hillbilly just is the one that caught it.
2 backs in the backfield. They want to run with the quarterback keeping it again. He will make a couple of yards, but not anything more than that. He does not get back to the original line of scrimmage. They're looking for a big gap when they send everybody to the left, and the quarterback runs up the middle, but it just wasn't there. A gain to the 47-yard line as a pickup of just 1, 2nd and 14.
Looks like Amari Ford is back out there, and he's ready to receive some of these deep passes, as it looks like second down and 15 to go.
They're going to move one of the players. That is a really fine player lining up now at the top of your screen in the slot. That's Easton Fox. They want to throw the ball. They're going to look short. He's got some time to throw. Now he's going to run and not get very much at all. I think he lost yardage on the play. Oh, did they throw a flag on the far side?
They did.
Wow. He, of course, we can't tell from here, Cooper. He was running on the sideline and was knocked out of bounds, but perhaps he had stepped out of bounds before he was hit. That must be the official's call.
I don't know. The official that threw the flag was pretty far behind, so I don't know how he could see. That's kind of the sideline's job, but I mean, we trust their judgment. But it looks like it was in bounds from our side, but it looks like that's going to be a personal foul against the Badgers. But still third down, not quite a first down.
Yeah, interestingly enough, it now is third down and 1. So they've really got 2 plays now after that penalty to make just 1 yard. We'll see if Arkadelphia can get into the backfield and make it fourth down and longer.
And it looks like Coach Shucker's kind of arguing the same thing that I just said as kind of the interesting judge to be judging the play from the very far side. So
he clearly began to run upfield in bounds on the sideline, but I just don't know where he stepped out and whether or not the defender should have noticed that and not knocked him to the ground. So the call's going to go against Arkadelphia, but the Badgers still have an opportunity defensively. It's third down, 1 yard to go. Obviously, this is 4-down territory. We'll see which play Ozark will choose. You can bet it's going to be a run. Wouldn't be surprised to see Mr. Gilstrap with the ball. Oh, a snap goes well past the quarterback, and a flag goes down. Oh, wow, the crowd's really upset because the ball wound up at the 35-yard line of Ozark, but a whistle did blow it dead, and instead of 3rd and 1, it's going to be 3rd down and 6. They blew it dead just about the time the snap came back. All right, at the Arkadelphia 45-yard line, 3rd down and 6. We're seeing some unusual football right now.
We've seen a lot of different calls, a lot of false starts, a lot of kickoff returns as well. So it's been an interesting night of Badger football. So, but
well, the penalty giveth and the penalty taketh away. It is third down, 6 yards to go now. All right. Player came in after the huddle, and so there's a little bit of confusion just getting lined up now. Let's see. They're going to have to call a timeout. I'm not sure that they don't have too many people on the field. They either had 10 in the huddle and one more came on after the huddle, or they wound up with 12 on the field, so Ozark has to call a timeout. They've been using some timeouts here in the first quarter, but of course they're in this game. They want to keep this drive going.
That's right, especially while they still have the Badgers right really where kind of Ozark wants them, as they are on the 45-yard line, and Ozark knows that they're playing a good football team right now, as they want to keep kind of the score where it is, and they want to go and score as well.
Cooper, I got some assistance moments ago from a new member of our team here, a new member of our staff. Can you tell us who these folks are that are behind us helping out here?
So we have some special guests here in the broadcast booth with all of us tonight. It's my mom and my sister, Kim Dar and Madison Dar. So it's awesome to have some family in here. And, everyone says her name is Maddie Dar, but they're lying. It's Madison Dar. So
a brother's privilege.
That's right. I get to call her Madison. Right? But it's awesome to have family here tonight. And
hey, they've been very helpful so far.
They have been.
We'll have them doing no matter more jobs to come. Stay around. Stay around. All right, ball at the 45-yard line of Arkadelphia. 3rd down and 6 for Ozark. They look to the sideline even after the timeout. They look over the defense, I guess the coaches do, and then they call the play for the quarterback. Cap. Oh, and that's a flag, and they're going to stop the play again because the wide receiver ran out a little too soon. So instead of 3rd and 1, after that 15-yard penalty against Arkadelphia, the ball's going to move back all the way to the 50-yard line. It will be 3rd down and 11. 2 mistakes by Ozark, and suddenly they need 11 yards instead of 1.
Yeah, and we always say don't let the Badgers beat the Badgers, but it looks like right now Ozark had some great field position as they were going for 3rd and 1. It looks like the Hillbillies are beating the Hillbillies right here a little bit. So Can't really let that happen, especially in playoff football. But good thing for the Badgers that it is now 3rd down and 11 to go, as we're probably going to see a pass right here.
Might see a pass rush as well. There is one back in the backfield. A slot back. They're going to run Gilstrap wide. They're going to throw deep. Oh, and that's well covered by Roberts, who has the interception at the 18-yard line. To the 30, he's up to the 40-yard line. Good set of speed. He'll go to the 49-yard line of Arkadelphia. Really fine play as he gauged the ball. The receiver couldn't get there, but the defensive back Roberts did, and then had a nice return. Arkadelphia has good field position.
I don't think people understand how hard that really is, really tracking the ball in the air, catching it over the shoulder, and completely turning your body to miss the defender. So great job by Orion, getting the offense in great field position to now go and score another touchdown for the Badgers.
Orion Roberts with the big play, and Arkadelphia has the ball at its own 48-yard line. Good position to start a drive. 2 drives for touchdowns and 2 possessions so far. McCoy will throw a short pass. It's complete. This is a good run after the catch. Up to the 45, to the 40, to the 39-yard line. That's Purifoy.
And there you go. That's what you want to see. The Badgers are moving up quick. They are getting set quick, and it's not even getting the time for defense to get set. So
39-yard line. They get it right back to Purifoy. Looking wide. He runs through defenders. He runs around defenders. He's inside the 25, breaks the tackle. But they did call him out of bounds. Let's see where they spot the ball. It's going to be inside the 15 to the 14-yard line.
And that's going to be another shuffle pass. I think we're going to see a lot of that tonight with McCoy and Purifoy as the play is now starting again.
25-yard play, and they'll throw it again. This time going for the touchdown. Nothing available, so McCoy throws it out of bounds.
Looks like McCoy was kind of getting his reads done right there, and the defenders were in the right spot at the right time, so kind of just throwing it out of bounds in the same area as a offender, though, as well.
Not a bad decision. 2nd down and 10 yards to go. McCoy at quarterback. And Ozark might have jumped off sides. That'll be a defensive foul. Another 5-yarder against Ozarks. They are hurting themselves with these 5-yard penalties.
And they add up over time, and I think we're probably sitting around 20 or 25 yards lost just for the Hillbillies offensively and defensively on penalties.
The ball is inside the 10-yard line. Back to pass McCoy. Under pressure, he's going to be knocked down and sacked back at the 21. Good job of getting to the quarterback by the Hillbillies that time. Arkadelphia will have 3rd down and long.
And, you know, we don't see a lot of sacks happen with McCoy, as he can use his legs sometimes, but just kind of got overwhelmed by 3 different defensive linemen there. But let's see what the offense does.
Arkadelphia can make a 1st down. They got to make it to the 4-yard line. They're lining up now, 3rd down from their 21. They want to throw on the right. They'll throw a short pass. This has worked twice before. It works again. Reed inside the 10. Will make it to the 8-yard line. That's not a 1st down, but they picked up a lot of yardage, and it's 4th down and a little bit more manageable now. 4th down coming for the Badgers. They spot the ball at the 9-yard line. From the 9, they're going to go for it. 4th down and 5. Tried to get Ozark to jump off sides. They did not. I think they're still going to go for it. Seth Molinari is on the sideline. And they're going to run a play, and he's looking to the end zone there. He fires a pass. That's a touchdown. Beautiful pass and an excellent catch. Really fine play.
And it looks like that was Maddox Finley right there on the reception for the touchdown. And I just want to give big props to McCoy right there. That was a really thread-in-the-needle pass, as there were 2 defenders really closing in on the ball. But great job by Finley, being confident in catching that ball and scoring the touchdown.
On 4th and 5 from the 9, touchdown pass. Finley with the reception, McCoy on the delivery. Extra point is up, and it is good. Arkadelphia 21 and Ozark 6. 3 seconds remain in the 1st quarter, so we'll come back for the conclusion of the 1st quarter in just a moment. This is Arkadelphia Badgers football.
R&T Dixon's Exxon stores are proud to sponsor this Arkadelphia Badger broadcast. Locally owned and operated by Randy and Tanya Dixon, we welcome you to visit one of our Arkadelphia locations located at each I-30 exit, or our new Tiger Mart store located on 10th and Pine in Arkadelphia. R&T Dixon's Exxon stores say, "Go Badgers."
"52-yard drive for Arkadelphia in 7 plays. Arkadelphia has scored on all 3 of its possessions here so far in the football game. A 6-play 59-yard drive, a 9-play 56-yard drive, and now a 7-play 52-yard drive.
And this first quarter has really been stretched out, as it has been 35 minutes in this first quarter. We're not too used to that, so this might be a long football game tonight.
Kick to the 9-yard line, returned up the sideline, and we're going to see gang tackling at the 25, and he'll fall forward to the 26. Gilstrap on the return. We've seen a lot of penalties. That slowed things down. We've also seen Arkadelphia score on each of its possessions, but not fast touchdowns. They have, had nice drives, and we have seen some shorter drives for Ozarks not resulting in points. We have reached the end of the first quarter. We'll be back with second quarter action momentarily. It's Arkadelphia 21, Ozark 6. This is Arkadelphia Badgers football.
At Ludwig's Bakery, it's a family affair. It always has been, dating back to 1920 in the original Ludwig's Bakery in South Dakota. Well, we're here in Arkadelphia now in our new location downtown right off of Caddo Street. Come visit us and enjoy our authentic, freshly baked German fare. For us, it's nostalgic and a source of pride, and we want to share it with you.
Kommen Sie uns morgen früh besuchen.
That's come visit us tomorrow morning, and we can get your weekend off to a great start. Ludwig's Bakery.
Just got a stat from Jim Rothwell. Mr. McCoy, quarterback for Arkadelphia, has 113 yards passing in the first quarter.
There you go.
3 touchdowns for Arkadelphia in that quarter, and the Badgers lead it 21-6. Ozark has the ball, 1st and 10 at its own 27 after that kickoff return. An official has come off the field, a little bit banged up, looks like a wrist or an arm, so he's getting some attention. The official is going to be a little short-handed, but they're going to keep going. From the 27, Ozark sets up. 4-receiver formation. The quarterback will step forward, wants to throw it, in some trouble. Now he's going to try to run. He'll be hit. He'll be dragged down with perhaps a gain of 1 if he gets a good spot.
Very interesting thing to do from the quarterback position, to run up, kind of stop, back up, and try to pass a ball right there, especially with our defensive line and how fast we are. So very interesting approach, but I wouldn't be surprised if we see it again.
Ozark is competing, but they've not been able to put the ball in the end zone except for the opening kickoff return. Arkadelphia leads at 21-6, 2nd down and 9. Gilstrap is the quarterback to the right of his and the running back, I should say, to the right of his quarterback, Cat. They're going to fake the little shuttle pass and run. The quarterback's going to make it to the 29. They might give him the 30-yard line, and he's driven backwards.
And it looks like some of the Badgers are wanting to say that they kind of got the fumble recovery there, but we did not. That first play right there, it looks like the tight end released, and one of our linebackers checked him, so completely ruined the play for the Hillbillies. So good job, probably by Hamilton, as it was on his side. So good job by the Badgers.
Ball's just in between the 29 and 30. We're going to call it 3rd down and 7 from there. It's a long 7. Offensive lineman was slow in getting up, but he stayed in the game for Ozark. Some tough guys from Ozark, Arkansas. And they're going to run the ball right at Arkadelphia. Big hit, though, and they're going to stop him well short of the 1st down. This is 4th down and more like punting territory at your own 33-yard line.
Something we haven't seen a lot, especially from our defensive side, is just a really straight running down running back. So he is running downhill very, very fast for the Hillbillies, and I don't think our defense is quite used to that, as we haven't seen that really since the preseason. So this is going to be a good test tonight, and if we win tonight, this is going to help us out for some big games here in the future.
4th down, they need 6, and they're not lined up to punt. Let's see what happens here. Ozark at its own 33. They want to throw the ball. They're going to, he's struggling now. He's going to be sacked. My goodness, sacked on 4th down at your own 21-yard line. He just didn't have anyone to throw to. They elected not to punt, and it cost them. 1st and 10, Arkadelphia setting up with the best field position of the night. First down at the 22-yard line of Ozark.
And it looks like that sack was made by Quintavian Morris. Great job on the sack, but also Xavier Williams being there as well to assist in on the sack. So great job by Q right there.
He is a mobile quarterback, but he was surrounded by Badgers that time and really had no opportunity to get the ball away. So sack on 4th down. Arkadelphia has great field position. Ozark back in coverage. Ooh, a good pass, but a drop. A little bit in traffic, but not caught at the 15-yard line. 2nd down and 10.
And with the way the Hillbillies are playing defense right now, they're kind of showing a lot on the line and really reading, I think, the offensive line. So they're having some guys back up, some guys really come against this offensive line. So as we see a lot of people there in the trenches.
That's a good point. They're putting linebackers in the gap, showing a blitz, and then sometimes they just back up into coverage. This time they're going to blitz. McCoy throws the ball, short pass, good blocking. He's at the 13. He's at the 10. He's going to make it all the way to the 5 and in the end zone. Touchdown Arkadelphia through the screen pass to beat the blitz, and it worked.
There it is, and Maddox Finley right there on the touchdown for the Badgers as well. Really, really good job play calling right there against a all-show blitz on the defensive line. So great job by the offensive line, the offensive coordinator right there as well. Good job, McCoy and Finley. Touchdown Badgers.
That's a 2-play, 22-yard drive after Ozark went for it on 4th down and had a sack. Seth Molinari on for the extra point attempt, and they're going to run across the line of scrimmage a bit early. 5 yards against Ozark. So would you like to go for 2 or kick it again? Choice for Arkadelphia to make. They're going to go for 2.
The thing about the number 2, Maddox Finley has scored 2 touchdowns tonight. So great job by Finley and the offense.
All right, the Badgers will go for 2 after the penalty on the extra point, which, by the way, was good, but was after the whistle blew. McCoy will line up, power formation in. And that's Quintavian Morris as the last one. He is not going to get the ball. McCoy rolls out, looking for a receiver. He finds one back in the end zone, and that is good. He got the 2-point conversion by getting the ball out to his tight end, and that is Skylar McClure for the 2-point conversion. Well, he can sack the quarterback. He can catch the football.
He can do it all. He is a all-around just, I'm going to say it, Dr. Ray. He's a beast on the field. He's a dog. So he is really good on the field offensively, defensively. Great job by Skylar right there.
That's not pejorative either.
Yeah, it's okay to be a dog in football, right, Chris? Yeah, I think that's right. Ozark's going to get the ball. We'll keep it right here. We so appreciate our sponsor, Taylor King Law, for the first quarter. Now we've got Turner, Rogers, Manning, and Plyler as the second quarter sponsor. Halftime show coming up. And we'll tell you right now, and we'll remind you later on, stay tuned after the game, not just for our post-game show, which of course we want you to stay tuned for, but also the band will do its full show that they did at Contest. And it's amazing. So we want to make sure we show that to you after the game also, as well as have our regular post-game show. All right, Seth Molinari out, ready for the kick. He will send a high kick down way inside the 10. Gilstrap catches it, returns to the 1 as he tries to turn it back in the right direction. He's going to be hit and will not make the 10-yard line. Now he just struggles and struggles, but gang tackling will bring him down. They're going to spot it, I think, at the 8. Maybe they'll give him the 9.
And it looks like Colton Plyler was actually the guy right there to really stop him in his tracks. So great job by Colton Plyler.
The spot is the, well, they haven't put a football down yet, but I think they're going to put it at the 9-yard line. First down and 10 for Ozark. And they are in a tough spot now. Badgers lead it 29-6. And Ozark has the ball, but they stand at their own 9-yard line. He was running backwards to catch the kickoff, and by the time he got turned around going in the right direction, he was at his own 1-yard line, made it out to the 9. First down, and they're going to go with the quarterback under center this time. Cap takes the snap. They'll run 2 blockers, a fumble. Arkadelphia will see the running back picked it up and ran with it. You'll get a good gain out of that, almost a disaster. but he got a good gain out of it as the ball was loose but bounced right back to the running back, and Gilstrap got a nice run as he dribbled it down the field to the 28-yard line. Big gain, first down and 10.
You don't usually see a fumble and then a 15-yard carry right there, so pretty impressive by the Hillbilly running back right there.
Not the way it's designed, but he made it work.
I mean, maybe it was. That'd be quite impressive.
That'd be a surprise. All right. Pottsville 20, Malvern 7. That's the second quarter score with 7 minutes left before halftime. Bit of a surprise to me. Run to the left side. Gilstrap is hit immediately, and they are going to hit him high, hit him low, and push him backwards. That's tough. He is a strong runner. But they're going to stop him with a gain of only a couple.
He is a strong runner, but I kind of want to shout out Keeson Wimberly. He's playing the defensive tackle position tonight, especially in our 4-down front that we're playing. Number 56, keep an eye on him as he is shooting off the ball every single time, and he's making a lot of disruptive plays right there in the backfield.
On second effort, he actually lost a yard, so there's no gain on the play instead of a gain of 1. 3 backs in the formation, got the old wishbone formation. They're going to run it with the fullback up the middle, but he'll be hit by 2 Badgers and brought down at the 31-yard line. On the carry for Ozark that time was Blaine Childers, fullback. They've run a lot of different formations, but nothing has resulted in a touchdown drive.
That's right. They're going to test the waters on almost probably everything they have, and then they're really going to try to dominate with what's going to work.
Fullback right behind the quarterback under center. 2 what we used to call halfbacks in the game, and there's a run again by the fullback. And again, the Badgers are there. Defensive lineman, Malachi Hamilton, the linebacker. And we have seen one particular lineman, he's been down 3 times, but he keeps getting back up and going back to the huddle. Tough guys there from Ozark, Arkansas. It's 4th down.
A lot of tough guys, and this is a very physical team, so I can't imagine it be super easy getting up and down every single time. So, yeah, he's been down the last couple plays, but getting up slowly as he is now getting off the field for the Hillbillies to punt.
They are going to line up in a punt formation this time. They learned their lesson on going for it from deep on their end, or at least it turned out to be deep after the sack. Here's a kick. That's going to be returnable, I believe. Well, it's going to pass. Really a nice punt. Now Wagner wants to return it. He's surrounded by Hillbillies. He breaks 3 tackles. He's trying to break 1 more. Oh, he cannot stay on his feet. Makes it back to the 31-yard line. What a great effort, though, by Wagner.
That was a great effort. That was almost an ESPN top 10 play right there. So if he would have gotten the touchdown right there, that would have been really impressive. Another score update. Pottsville's now up 20 points, 27-7 now in the second quarter. So quite surprising to us, as we weren't really expecting that. But a second seed playing a 4th seed, just like we're playing a 5th seed and we're the 1st seed, anything can happen here in any of these football games. It is now a new season. It's the playoffs, and it's time to get to the road to the rock.
Malvern had been 9-0 until Arkadelphia beat them last week, and now are trailing by 20 in the first half of their first playoff game. Here is a pass into the flat, a run after the catch. Reed's got some yardage out near the 35-yard line. They'll mark him at the 34 for a short gain.
And it looks like we might have a hurt Ozark player on our sideline.
And let's see if we need to keep it here or take a break. He helped make that tackle but did not land well. He is slow in getting up. Getting some attention from the Arkadelphia trainer. He's going to be able to get up, and he's one of their key players on defense, Evan Estep, a junior. And he is struggling a bit of a turned ankle or something, and so he's going to come off the field. He needs a little bit of help. He's okay, I think, but he needs a little bit of help in his walking, so he's going to check out of the game. We may see him again later. We may not, but he's a key player for Ozark. Good to see that he's walking off the field, although he is getting a little bit of help. Ball spotted at the 34, so that was a gain of 3. Second down 7 for the Badgers. Arkadelphia has scored on every possession so far in the ballgame. They've had the ball 4 times. They have 4 touchdowns, 29 points because there was a penalty on Ozark on 1 extra point, so they went for 2 and they made it. Arkadelphia looks to the sideline. Badgers line up with dangerous return men and running backs at every position. A lot of skill position depth for the Badgers. McCoy wants to pass. He throws it across the middle. It's incomplete. That was extremely well defended, or it would have been a nice game because the throw was on target, but Colton Rawson made a really fine defensive play. 3rd down 7, Arkadelphia. Ball at its own 34-yard line. Reed is the running back next to his quarterback, Bryston McCoy. 2 receivers, bottom of your screen, 2 to the top of the screen. Any of them are receivers who have quite a lot of experience catching the ball this year. They really spread it around well. Back to pass, McCoy. He'll roll to his right. Looking downfield, he throws that short screen pass, and it's going to be a gain for a 1st down. Another good run by Reed after the short pass.
Wow, he is having a game tonight as he is catching the ball really at the line of scrimmage and getting an extra 10 yards almost every single time. And this offense is now going to be moving very, very fast.
17-yard gain, 1st down and 10 at the Hillbilly 49-yard line. Running play, room to the right side. That's another 12 yards, 1st down. That's Reed again.
And that is a Welch Funeral Home 1st down for the Badgers.
Can do about anything. Ball up the 37-yard line. Flags go down, though, at the beginning of the play. Going to be an offsides call.
And that's what's so special about this fast-paced offense. You're really catching the Hillbillies off guard, and they're getting a little excited lining up. They're not really too focused right before the play, and they're jumping off sides almost every single time. So good job by the Badgers and their pace of offense.
32-yard line. 1st down, 5 yards to go for the Badgers. Arkadelphia on 1st down and short will throw deep. Here's a deep pass. Roberts makes the catch. He's in the end zone. Touchdown, Arkadelphia. The defender tripped and fell. Roberts went over him, caught the ball, and stepped into the end zone.
He's had an interception, and now he has a touchdown for tonight. Both over-the-shoulder passes, really, on both of his defensive reception and offensive reception. So great job by Orion Roberts.
Seth Molinari on for the extra point attempt. Arkadelphia up 35-6, looking for 36 right here. Kick is up, and it is beautiful. Molinari makes it again, and so it's Arkadelphia 36, Ozark 6.
It looks like there might be a flag on the field, so let's see what this call is. After the play is whenever the flag was thrown into the air.
Yeah, likely to be marked in on the kickoff as Arkadelphia has come off the field, got their kickoff team gathering. And they do signal the extra point is good. The penalty is a personal foul, and it's going to be against both teams. And that's going to nullify any mark off on the kickoff. We'll keep it right here and just mention that, you can go to the good sportsmanship rule in a playoff game, but we're not quite there yet. It's 36-6. Arkadelphia gave up an opening kickoff return for a touchdown. After that, 36 straight points.
That's right, and honestly, the 36-6, it's not a normal 36-6 that we're kind of used to in our normal conference play, as this has been a lot more drawed out, a lot longer than usual. And I think the offsetting penalties both penalties might have been offsetting, so it looks like the ball is going to be on the normal 40. So let's see what the kickoff team does right here and how the defense is going to hold off not the Badgers, the Hillbillies. There it is.
That was the longest drive of the night for Arkadelphia, 69 yards and 6 plays. Line drive kickoff, returnable for Gilstrap. He's got it at the 7-yard line. Comes to the middle of the field, gaining steam. He's going to hit by 3-4 Badgers, and they'll bring him down at the 24-yard line. He got his touchdown running down the sideline, but a lot of teams will catch it near the sideline and run it back to the middle of the field, and Arkadelphia's defense usually keeps them from making it as far as, say, the 25-yard line. But they do have better field position than where they started at their own 9 after the last kickoff.
That's right, and I'm kind of expecting maybe some more in the air passes. See what's going to kind of work for them as they have 5 minutes left here in the first half.
I'm just curious to see the formation. It looks like they're going to stick with what looks everything like the old-fashioned wishbone. And they are going to give it to the fullback, who will make a few yards. He's a big, big individual, but Arkadelphia has enough linemen there to push him back after a short gain. They'll give him the 25. We'll call it the 26 for a gain of 2, 2nd and 8. He's lined up as a blocking back, and now at fullback they've handed the ball to him a few times. That's Blaine Childers. He's a junior. Ozark has some skill position players that are young, including the quarterback, only a sophomore. Will Banks, who had started all year, is injured, but Cap has stepped in at quarterback tonight, and he's a tough individual too. They're going to run the option. They're going to pitch it to Gilstrap, and he will just maybe make it back to the line of scrimmage, maybe a loss of a half yard.
And you have a lot of options, especially with going this kind of older style of the wishbone. You have a lot of options. You can go double reverse. You can do the pitch. You can also do a little fake handoff into a pass as well. So I'm interested to kind of see the different types of ways they use this offense.
What can you do against the Arkadelphia defense on 3rd down and 9, though, is the question.
That is the question.
They'll try. Well, they'll change the formation. They'll go back to the 1 back, 2 receivers at the top of the screen, 3 to the bottom of the screen. Arkadelphia is lined up with 2 deep safeties. Cornerbacks in, linebackers lined up also. Hamilton can cover a receiver in the secondary. He's lined up to do that. They drop the ball, and the quarterback will just fall on it. Oh, goodness. Looked like they wanted to try to get it to Gilstrap, who was circling his quarterback, but the quarterback looked for him too soon, dropped the ball, and then just fell on it. It's 4th down now, and the ball is spotted all the way back to the 18-yard line. 4th and 16 for Ozark.
So what could have been a pretty good run or pass for a first down is now going to be a very long 4th down and good field position for the offense for the Badgers.
Wagner just itching for an opportunity. Ooh, that kick was almost blocked. Wagner is going to return it from the 45. He's already to the 40, makes it to the 35, and a little bit short of the 30-yard line, but a good return. Great field position and a chance now to push it to the more than a 35-point lead.
That's right, and if this does happen, correct me if I'm wrong, we might see the good sportsmanship rule here in the second half after this touchdown is enforced. So
it just depends on the coaches if they decide to do that.
That's right.
All right, Arkadelphia lines up. First, they got to score again. Ball at the 32-yard line, 1st down and 10. They've had some drives between 50 and 60. The last touchdown was a 69-yard drive. This time they're only 32 yards away. The sophomore quarterback just keeps getting better and better. Mr. Bryson McCoy lines up. Reed's had a really fine game next to him. He's going to block this time. They're going to throw deep. Oh, they got a deep receiver open. That's Purifoy. That's a touchdown, Arkadelphia. Arkadelphia with the touchdown. They get the ball at the 32. They throw deep. Purifoy waiting for the ball inside the 5. Falls into the end zone for the touchdown.
And that ball looked like it was about to hit one of the Ozark players' heads, but it really just fell right into the arms of Purifoy. So, wow, one play, another score on the clock, and it looks like they're going to be up maybe 36 points after this, or 37. So, man, math is hard. I'm a communications major, so.
Okay, I think we can add. Here's a kick. It's going to go right through the uprights. It's 43. I know it's hard to see the scoreboard.
37 points.
That's
spread
it.
right there.
43-6. That's the score, 325. Don't scare your mother that way. She knows you can do math. All right, 43-6.
She helped me a little bit in high school.
3:25 left. We're in the second quarter. The mystery now is whether or not they're going to roll the clock, or maybe Ozark will try to get a score and prevent this from being a 37-point deficit at halftime. But Ozark has not scored since the opening kickoff. What a beautiful pass that was. McCoy's had a big first half. Stay tuned for the halftime show. We'll get Jim Rothwell to tell us all about that McCoy first half. One-play drive. 32 yards for the touchdown on the drive. 43-6. You can score that many points if you score every time you get the ball. That's what Arkadelphia has done tonight.
That's pretty good. Very great job by the entire offensive staff and offense in total.
Molinari's kick is a line drive shot, and this one will land out of bounds. So they'll get better field position this time, Ozark will.
This is better field position for Ozark with about 3 minutes and 25 seconds left for Ozark. They're going to have to make a long trek down the field as this is a very run-heavy team is also going to cut a lot of the time off of the clock if they're going to run all the way down there. So I'm expecting to see some passes as Ozark needs to get another score on the scoreboard.
Again, the starter who has really piled up some nice numbers this year is out. He is injured, and so in goes the young Cade Cap, only a sophomore, getting some valuable experience tonight. He's got a couple more years of playing quarterback in front of him. And they're going to go with 4 receivers top of the screen, 1 to the bottom of the screen. Another formation for Ozark. There's a pass to Gilstrap. Boy, he has been the guy with the football tonight for the Hillbillies. Gain of 9. Good pass.
Good pass. He really is the guy doing it all for Ozark. On kickoff return, on offense, he's doing it all for the Hillbillies. So he's a pretty good player right there, that 44.
Cap did not throw the ball a lot in the first quarter, but that was a good throw. We might see him delivering more passes here, although the Arkadelphia pass rush has been a problem for every team they've played this year. I'll send a man in motion. That's the big blocking back. He is going to block for the quarterback, who runs up the middle and will gain short yardage up to the 47 for a gain of 3.
And it looks like the clock is going to now start rolling a little bit. I was kind of just blown away by the blocking back that was sent in motion right there. That might have been one of the hardest blocks I've ever seen by a very big guy in motion for their tight end spot. So kind of just blew me away right there. Sorry, I was speechless for a second.
He's the size of a lineman, but he's got the ability to move, and he's going to be the lead blocker again. Quarterback makes it to the outside. That's a good run. He's near first down yardage inside the 45 of Arkadelphia. A little bit slow in getting up, but he's going to be okay. He's going to stay in the game. Good run by Cap. First down for the Ozark Hillbillies at the Arkadelphia 40, we'll call it the 42. It's between the 42 and 43. From the 42, first down and 10. Badgers want to hold them down and keep that good sportsmanship rule going. We'll see. Still second quarter action, 1:34 left. Clock is running. Ozark would like to use up this clock and then get a touchdown at the end of the drive. Obviously, that is the goal. A running play up the middle. Gilstrap hit by 3 Badgers. He'll push his way back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. I mean, he had a full head of steam going to the line of scrimmage, and Arkadelphia stopped him dead still.
And that's what's so special whenever you get the entire defensive line, the entire defensive, the backs, the linebackers, everyone right there at the line of scrimmage, make a lot of havoc right there. So good job by the defense, really pushing a pretty good running back into his own line of scrimmage.
Wimberly, of course, leader of that defensive line. He's in there right now. Looked like a receiver went too soon. Ooh, another 5-yarder against the offense for Ozark, and that's hurt them tonight.
That has hurt them. I mean, I'd like to see kind of the stat of just lost yards from penalties offensively and defensively. There's been a lot of offsides on defense, but a lot of false starts as well on offense. So would be a very interesting statistic to have right there.
It's second down and 15. Well, the yards have been tough enough without penalizing yourself, and that's what Ozark has done. Second and 15 from the Arkadelphia 47-yard line. Clock continues to roll at only 24 seconds left. They're going to have to throw the ball. Back to pass. He will throw it across the middle, and it's intercepted. Arkadelphia with the ball and a big run back. Here's the run back to the 40. He's going to make it to the 30. He's got to beat the quarterback, and the quarterback will not catch him. Wagner, touchdown, interception return. Arkadelphia with another score in the first round of the playoffs.
And that is a pick 6 for Wagner. So wow, I'm kind of just speechless. The ball just fell right into his hands. He had plenty of blockers to block the quarterback. He really had one guy to beat in just the fast legs of Wagner, getting all the way to the sideline of the Badgers and scoring a touchdown once again for the Badgers. It is now 49-6.
And that happened with only 9 seconds left in the first half. Seth Molinari on for the extra point attempt. Only one he's missed this year was in the rain last week, but he makes this one with no problem. And Arkadelphia has stretched its lead now. The Badgers in the first half have scored 50 points tonight. 50 for Arkadelphia, 6 for Ozark, 9 seconds left in the half. Wagner on the interception return. Keep it here for a moment because I tell you what, Wagner, we've seen him score touchdowns on fumble returns, on interception returns. He returns punts extremely well, and then you've got his receiver touchdowns. He can just score anytime he's in the game.
He can, just like we talked about Skyler earlier, he can do it all. Wagner can do it all. That is so special about the Arkadelphia Badger team. We've got a lot of guys that can do a lot of different things, just like Wagner just did, getting a pick 6 right there. So great job by Wagner, and great job by the entirety of the Badgers.
You sense danger for the sophomore quarterback when he kind of lofted that over the line of scrimmage. The Badgers had a lot of time to get under it. Wagner was there waiting for it. He had blockers in front of him. You could see the touchdown coming.
I know. It was really just a beautiful thing, kind of just watching the ball fall right into Wagner's hands, getting all the way over there to the left side, and just the entire team just being excited as well for scoring a defensive touchdown, because realistically that doesn't happen just a ton, but the Badgers make it seem like it's a normal thing to happen. So good job by the defense. Wow.
Offense has played well, special teams have played well except for the opening kickoff, and the defense has scored tonight. Everybody playing well for the Badgers. Kickoff is a bouncer. It's going to be fielded at the 28-yard line. He'll run to the sideline. He'll be knocked out with 4 seconds left. Making it to the sideline with that return was Casey Moreland. But it's going to be the last play of the half coming for Ozark, and they got a long way to go. Might be better off just taking a knee on this one. We'll see what they decide to do. Man, it started so well for Ozark, but Arkadelphia just has such a powerful offense and defense. Ozark's made a few mistakes with penalties. They're going to line up as if they would like to throw a deep one here on the last play of the first half. Instead, they're going to run the ball with Gilstrap. He'll make a little bit of yardage, but the linebackers get there. They're going to knock him down. He's going to stay on his feet, but he can't score from 55 yards away with 5 Badgers on him. They're finally going to knock him down. That's the end of the first half. Arkadelphia 50-6 for Ozark. What a first-round game for the Arkadelphia Badgers. Our halftime show is coming. We'll have Jim Rothwell on stats, and there are a lot of stats to talk about. We'll have other features for you, and we'll look at scores from around the state here in the first weekend of the playoffs. This is Arkadelphia Badgers football.
How do you measure success? In points? In wins? Or trophies? At Shelter Insurance, we measure success in the quality of our products and services, in how we support our communities, in being there when you need us most. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
The Law Offices of Gina White is a proud supporter of the Arkadelphia Badgers. Need help in divorce and custody litigation, insurance defense, contract disputes, product liability, or other general litigation needs? Contact the Law Offices of Gina White at 870-246-6796 to see how they can help you. Located at 406 Clay Street in Arkadelphia. The Law Offices of Gina White says, "Go Badgers."
With over 25 years of experience in the financial services industry, Bell Wealth Services believes in a face-to-face business model. Blake is a third-generation AHS grad and a lifelong Badger supporter. Value can mean different things for different situations. Bell Wealth Services aims to add value in any financial situation. Contact Bell Wealth Services at 870-464-1167 or at 408 Court Street. Raymond James Financial Services Incorporated, FINRA SIPC.
Hey, this is Pastor Rick Mays at Trinity Temple Assembly of God, extending an invitation to you and your family to join us for a weekend experience. Come join us in worship. Come join us for some great teaching and preaching. We have kids' church, we have nursery, everything's available for all ages of the family. So this weekend, come join us, or any weekend, come join us on Sundays. You can see us at ttag.church. Join us online if you can't come in person. So God bless and go Badgers.
Located at 214 North 25th Street in Arkadelphia, Providence Veterinary Care is a full-service clinic offering complete medical care for your pets, including preventative care, routine surgery, and in-house diagnostics. Our staff at Providence Veterinary Care is filled with passionate animal lovers who are highly trained and dedicated to making sure that your pets receive care and compassion every time they walk in the door. Visit us or give us a call at 870-464-1305. Providence Veterinary Care. Compassionate care, modern medicine.
Welcome back to All Care Field at Badger Stadium. We are at halftime. This is the Southern Bancorp halftime show. Chris Babb and Jim Rothwell here with you. We'll have Jeff Root a little bit later. We will not have the Arkadelphia High School Badger Pride Marching Band at halftime, but they will march their complete competition show immediately following the game. And if you're wondering why, there are some football players in that, and in order for everybody to be able to do everything and to be able to use all of the props that they would like to be able to use, they wanted all of theirs, whether it's cheerleaders, dazzlers, football players, and regular band members to be able to be in the show so they could use all of their props. I believe this might only be the first time that the home crowd has been able to see the entire show. So we will bring that to you immediately following the conclusion of the fourth quarter. And it'll be a short second half. The sportsmanship rule will be in effect, and the clock will be rolling. But we hope you'll stick around for that to see the Badger Pride Marching Band and their competition show. 50-6. Not very often, Jim, do you have a game where someone scores 6 on the opening kickoff and the other team rattles off 50 in the remainder of the first half, but that's exactly what we'd have here. Arkadelphia offense really exploded. The defense did what we expected it to, but the offense sure was efficient.
It was. A lot of times I start with the defense, but I'm going to start with the offense tonight. When you talk about the offense, you're talking about a sophomore quarterback who for the second week in a row has thrown for over 220 yards, at least for the second 2 weeks in a row, 220 yards and a half.
Right.
And 14 out of 19, just a little under 75%, 6 touchdowns, spreading the ball around. We had Wagner 1 catch for 19 yards, a TD. Purefoy 3 catches for 79, 2 TDs. Roberts 3 catches for 43 yards, 1 TD. And then Finley 2 catches for 31, 2 yards. I was talking to someone this week, and I said, the thing with Arkadelphia is those receivers. If you line 3 of them up on one side, I don't think there's a secondary, certainly in 4A, that can cover all of them at the same time. And that makes a problem. As long as McCoy can pick out the open one, somebody's going to be open of those 3. And then you've got Reed coming out of the backfield that throws another option into that. But you've got to have a linebacker fast enough to get out there on him and then be able to tackle him too.
Right. Looking over on your, it looks like 5 different receivers. Give us some of those numbers for McCoy and the receivers.
Let's see. Wagner was 1 for 19 and 1 TD. Purefoy 3 for 79, 2 TDs. Roberts 3, some big catches there, 43 yards for 1 TD. And then Wagner 2 for 31 yards and 2 TDs. And 14 out of 19 for McCoy, 220 yards, 6 touchdowns and a half.
Yeah, not a bad half of work. Probably won't see Bryson McCoy in the second half would be my guess for the Badgers.
We'll get to see a 9th grade quarterback.
I believe
maybe.
The plan might be to not have to use one of your receivers who has 2 touchdowns tonight as the backup quarterback. They have dressed out some 9th graders, and Arkadelphia has a very talented really quarterback pipeline. If you want to go, Bryson McCoy is a sophomore. Bryce Meekin is the 9th grader who's dressed out tonight. Might see Bryce in the second half. Turner Ross is the 8th grade quarterback. He's very athletic. Obviously, you're not going to dress out tonight. And he can kick a little bit, too. But nice little pipeline of quarterbacks. Maddox Finley has been that backup quarterback. But if you have the ability to bring someone else in and not risk getting one of your starting wide receivers injured, you might see that tonight.
There's some talented 9th graders. Andy McNeil is another talented.
I think he's listed as a defensive back. 11 9th graders dressed out tonight, and if you're up 50-6 at halftime, that's there's probably a few excited young men in that field
Good
house.
chance to be on the field a little bit.
Jim, there's really not a whole lot of analysis we can give to 50-6 or like what to expect, but I think it's just that the defensive efficiency as well. Ozark had one decent drive, not able to get really inside the red zone at all. They tried to really, I think, Coach Jeremy Burns, it was kind of a, what do we have to lose type. They went forward on fourth down inside their own 25 a few times. Got it one time, did not get it a couple of times, and that really set Arkadelphia up with a short field, and they took advantage of that quickly.
Yeah. When you're in a situation like this, you try it because it may give you a chance to stay in the ball game. But if it goes against you, it puts you behind the 8 ball real quick. It's going to be hard to make that up. Again, great job defensive line. Ozark had 25 carries for 57 yards. That's just a little over 2 yards a carry. And stopping Gilstrap, he had 11 carries for 45 yards. And I think 8 of that came on that last run or something.
I think Cooper said it at some point. Arkadelphia has not seen very many downhill runners like Gilstrap probably since Lake Hamilton.
Yeah.
He is he's a tough runner. He's hard to bring down. There have been several times when Arkadelphia has had him in the backfield or stopped for no gain at the line of scrimmage. He's been able to get positive
we
yardage.
We could even see that on the kickoff return.
Yes,
they
absolutely.
thought they had him cornered there, and he just powered on through and then hit the sideline. Again, we didn't expect them to pass much. They've only thrown, I believe, 4 passes, completed 2, but the 2 interceptions there. So effective when they have thrown maybe a little bit. And one of them was a really interesting catch off a tip ball.
Right. Well, Jim, thank you for that statistical update. We'll have Jim back with us at the end of the game to bring us the final numbers. Do want to make sure that we remind you the Southern Bancorp Student of the Week. We've been doing this all season, and not sure how many games we'll have left. Hopefully it's 4 after tonight, but we do want to read this entire list. Our student tonight is Chloe Dunkelgod. She's the Southern Bancorp Student of the Week as submitted by the Arkadelphia High School administration. Give us a Southern Bancorp likes to recognize the fine work of good students, and the administration at Arkadelphia High School has given us a list, and we've been bringing you those names throughout the season. Bryce Martin, Chloe Dunkelgod, Millie Babb, Taylor Altman, Caden Dickerson, Zuri Jones, Olivia Robbins, and Faith Williams are our Southern Bancorp Students of the Week. Last year, and it'll be the same this year, during a basketball game in the spring, Southern Bancorp will recognize those students for their outstanding work in the halls of Arkadelphia High School. So congratulations to those students, and we will bring the recognition to those as we go on. I want to take a look now at some of the scores, and I was distracted during that. I'm trying to get the peanut gallery's attention. I was distracted by during my reading of the Student Athlete Award because I'm going to have to check this. I got a text message. It said Elkins is losing to Helena 31-0. So I'm going to need someone to check that out on Fearless so we can verify that or tell this person that they have some bad information. But we'll check that one out. We do know that the winner of Arkadelphia, and we're going to come back to that, so don't be throwing that on Facebook that the broadcast said Elkins was losing 31-0. We're going to have to verify that, but that was my way of getting the crack research staff here in the press box to look that up. The winner of tonight's game between Arkadelphia and Ozark, which I think we can comfortably say now that that will be Ozark. That will be Arkadelphia. The winner will face the winner of Gentry at DeWitt, and that is at halftime right now, and the score is tied at 21 between Gentry and DeWitt.
And I'm coming back on the string right now. This is Cooper Dard talking. Chris Babb is kind of having a cramp in his hamstring right now, so I'm going to take over here for a second. But a little thing about Gentry and DeWitt, I got to play against both of those teams.
I'm back.
Oh, he's back.
Let's
talk about Gentry and DeWitt a little bit.
Yeah, you're going to have to talk about Gentry. That is the conference that you played in high school.
That's right.
The 1 seed is Elkins, and we are going to have to check that. I have a hard time believing that's the case, but we will look that up.
Well, if I am correct, I'm pretty sure Elkins might have a couple guys out especially for this first game. But Elkins has had some injuries this year is kind of what I've heard through the grapevine. I have a lot of people I used to play with whenever I was a senior. They were sophomores. They're now seniors,
the information was very wrong. It's the opposite.
The opposite, okay.
Yes, it's 38-0 Elkins. That sounds a little bit more like it. Had some that was some bad information, and for that would have shaken up the 4A state playoffs significantly. But Elkins 38, Helena 0, Helena West Helena 0 sounds much more like what everybody thought that would be. Let's take a look at some scores from around the state. We mentioned the DeWitt and Gentry is 21-21 at halftime. And the winner of that game will come to Arkadelphia next week. The other score we had was Malvern trailing Pottsville 27-14 at halftime. That's at Malvern. Malvern, the 2 seed from the 4A7. So that is not looking good for the Leopards. I believe after halftime that Pottsville will get the ball coming out of halftime. Take a look at some other 4A scores that we have. Warren defeating Central Arkansas Christian 35-0 in the third quarter. 35-0 in the third quarter. Take a look at some other 4A state playoff games. Hamburg is at Gravette, quite possibly the longest drive of anybody in the state. Hamburg from extreme southeast Arkansas up in Gravette. By Gentry and Elkins and Hamburg.
That's up there.
The last update that we have is Hamburg 21, Gravette 7. While we are here and do have this time, I want to throw up some of the brackets from the 4A7. So this is what the top half of that 4A state playoff bracket. This is the half, the quadrant that Arkadelphia is in. Dardanelle, the first from the conference that they're playing against tonight, the Ozark Hillbillies were the 5 seed. Dardanelle has the bye. They are on the very top of the bracket, so Dardanelle has home field advantage, all the way through the playoffs. They will face the winner of tonight's Lone Oak and Prairie Grove game. That is being played up in northwest Arkansas as well. See if we can get the most recent score we have there is Prairie Grove 16, Lone Oak 13 in the second quarter. The last score we had, Gentry DeWitt 21-21 at halftime. And so that is that quadrant. So Arkadelphia faced the winner of DeWitt and Gentry, you see on the screen. Lone Oak and Prairie Grove, the winner of that game, will go to Dardanelle. If you go one quadrant down, south side, out of Batesville, hosts Harmony Grove tonight. No score update in that one as of yet on the SB Live page. Heber Springs is at Blytheville. Heber Springs Panthers lead Blytheville 16-14. Monticello leads Forest City 20-12 in the second quarter. And I mentioned the Hamburg score. Hamburg leads Gravette 21-7. So that is that quadrant. If we go down to the next quadrant this is kind of the top of the bottom half of the bracket. Mills has the bye as the first seed from the 4A2. Clinton and Gosnell playing in Clinton. No score on that website, on the SB Live website. We'll try to get an update. Warren cruising over Central Arkansas Christian. Nashville was trailing Pocahontas earlier in the second quarter. And that wraps up that third quadrant. And so then we go to the final quadrant of the 4A state playoff bracket. Elkins, that's where this score came. On this website, the SB Live, it does have Helena 31, Elkins 0. So that's where that information is coming from. So now you have one website that says 31-0 in favor of Helena and another website that has 38-0 in favor of Elkins. One of those is right. We would expect that it's the one that has Elkins over Helena 38-0. An update from the Clinton-Gosnell game. Clinton 28, Gosnell 0. Mena leading Green Forest 14-6. You see as we move to the bottom half of that, Malvern trailing Pottsville 27-14 at half. And the last score update we have from Nashville was Pocahontas 22, Nashville 0. And then if you want to go to the Highland Ashdown game, no update on Highland Ashdown. Well, actually, it's more like a baseball score. In the second quarter, you have Ashdown leading Highland 7-2. So Ashdown, the 4 seed from the 4A7 up in northeast Arkansas, and with a 7-2 lead over Highland, and that is in the second quarter. So if you kind of envision these, you see these on your screen in groups of 4, but it's kind of a go top to bottom. And so is how they play out. Anybody on the top or the highest seed has a bye. Has home field. Dardanelle has home field throughout the rest of the playoffs. So if things go to form right now, Arkadelphia would host DeWitt or Gentry. Again, they're tied 21-21 at halftime. The winner of that game most likely would go to Dardanelle on the Friday after Thanksgiving. So that's a quick look at around the state in Class 4A. Probably one of the biggest games in all of classifications. Most intriguing game was in 5A, Camden Fairview at Harding Academy. That's a fascinating matchup. Camden Fairview, the last score there is Cardinals leading Harding Academy 14-10. That was in the second quarter. Cooper, it's you've been in this spot where you're up comfortably at halftime. Most likely won't see the starters come back out, but you put in a good half of work. Now, even though it's 50-6, there's still a lot of things. Like Coach Shucker said in the pregame show about last week, he said it was good. It was a good result. But we know he said it's probably the most mistakes we've had all season, and they came out with a win. Obviously, you kind of got the attention really quickly on that opening kickoff that Ozark ran back. But after that, it's been pretty smooth sailing for the Badgers.
Yeah, it kind of just left a bad taste in your mouth from there at the beginning, and you're like, oh man, we haven't seen a lot of that. So,
but a lot of that is how you respond. I mean,
right.
You've been on that sideline. When something like that happens, you can either shake it off and just get back to playing like you should, or you can be thinking about it, let it dwell, and let it turn into kind of like you hear teams letting a one loss turn into 2. You can let one play turn into 2. Arkadelphia did a good job of not letting that happen, kind of regaining control, defense making some stops, putting offense in good situation, and then getting on the board.
Yeah, good football teams always bounce back from hard things happening, and they just shake it off, and they just have a great turnout after what just happened. So they shake it off. I know they got a huge senior leadership going on the Arkadelphia side. So I know it was led by the coaches, but also led by the seniors there as well. So being able to shake off that first touchdown and then bouncing back to score 50 in a half once on every single offensive possession, but also on defense as well. So awesome job by the Badgers.
All right, we'll take one final break in the Southern Bancorp halftime show. When we come back, we'll have third quarter action. You're watching Arkadelphia Badger football on ArkadelphiaBadgerTV.com.
Chicken Express is a proud supporter of not just the Badgers, but all things Arkadelphia, from elementary to college and from community activities to church groups. Chicken Express is always willing to support and assist the people in our town. The next time you visit Chicken Express, thank them for their involvement in our community, and definitely don't leave without getting a cup of that Chicken E sweet tea. Located right off exit 73, stop by Chicken Express for your next meal.
At the Sexton Law Firm, we have experience handling insurance dispute cases and we're well equipped to handle the tactics used by insurance companies to avoid honoring valid claims. The Sexton Law Firm is dedicated to helping individuals fight for the relief they deserve. We work hard to ensure your rights are protected and your case is handled with the respect and care you deserve. The next time you need help battling an insurance company, contact an attorney with the Sexton Firm. Drop by and see us at 107 North 26th Street or give us a call at 870-345-4123.
Scott Bird DDS is a true general dentistry practice with a comfortable, laid-back atmosphere. Led by Dr. Scott Bird, they've been serving the people of Arkadelphia for over 20 years. It's a simple philosophy. Treat every patient the way they would want to be treated, with clear communication and honesty. Their comprehensive care ensures that all your dental needs are met under one roof, providing convenience and quality you can count on. Scott Bird DDS General Dentistry at 7th and Caddo, 870-246-6745.
Imagine a place where children can feel safe,
a place where kids are empowered and accepted. In this place, you are special. You are unique. You are loved. Imagine a place where you can have fun every single day. We are that place.
Locally owned and operated since 2008, Sheffield Music has a wide variety of products for those interested in guitar, bass, drums, sound systems, DJ gear, lighting, and vintage vinyl. Contact us for live sound and lighting services, or give us a call for one-on-one lessons, or stop by to see our band instruments and supplies. We also have a great selection of gift items by Dr. Squatch, Soberdough, Good Southerner, and many others. Sheffield Music in downtown Arkadelphia is the one place to go for all of your musical needs. Call 870-230-1733 or visit SheffieldMusic.com.
Great coaches know that success on the field takes more than just athletic ability. It takes a winning strategy. And at Southern Bancorp, we believe the same applies to banking. Whether you need competitive rates on loans and accounts to keep you in the game, or financial tools like credit counseling and homebuyer education to move the ball down the field, we can help. Visit banksouthern.com today and let's build your winning strategy. Southern Bancorp, wealth builders for everyone. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Welcome back to Badger Stadium. This is Cooper Dar, joined by my co-host as well, the play-by-play commentator, Dr. Jeff Root. It's been an honor again to work with him all season long, and hopefully we have 4 more games after this. So we are now about to look into the second half of football. The Badgers playing the Ozark Hillbillies out of Ozark, Arkansas. The Badgers lead 50-6. We are about to start the second half with the good sportsmanship rule, and whoever wins this game will be hosting, well, kind of looks like it might be the Badgers. I might be a little biased here, but the score kind of is telling me that it might be the Badgers so far, leading 50-6. They will host either Gentry or DeWitt next week, 2 very good football teams, great football programs as well. And I want to welcome back to the broadcast, Jeff Root.
Thank you very much, Cooper Dar. I want to say thank you to Chris Babb also for that good coverage at halftime. And Jim Rothwell, of course, for our stats tonight. We'll have reports from all of them very, very soon. Arkadelphia's touchdown drives in the first half: 6 plays, 59 yards, 9 plays, 56 yards, 7 plays, 52 yards, 2 plays, 22 yards, 6 plays, 69 yards, 1 play, 32 yards, and, of course, an interception return for a touchdown. That's an efficient offense and defense for this 50-point first half for Arkadelphia.
And obviously with statistics like that, you're going to be winning by a lot of points, 50-6. So the only points coming off of a kickoff return right there. And so what I'm really liking, I'm seeing Bryce Meekin, a freshman, getting to play up after his junior high season. He is now starting to warm up on the sideline, and we might get to see some action from the freshmen tonight.
We're definitely going to see some of the backups play, and I think probably play right away here instead of having the first team on for 2 or 3 series. I think it's going to be much faster than that we're going to see the backups. And we might see these 9th graders, quite a few of them have dressed out for Arkadelphia tonight. The kickoff return will go to the 30-yard line, and from there, first down and 10 for the Badgers. We're going to keep an eye on the lineups because we're going to see some changing lineups and some younger guys getting in the game for Arkadelphia. I love this about the Arkadelphia coaching staff. If you play, if you practice, you play, and that makes a difference, I think, for the enthusiasm of everybody on the team.
That's right. You always want to practice how you're going to play, and obviously it's going to be the mindset. If you are practicing, you're expecting to get in on Friday nights, but also you're expecting to dominate as well. It's the same as the first team, the second team's going to do as well.
Arkadelphia lines up tight formation. 2 sophomores in the backfield. The starter is McCoy, a sophomore. They're going to send in Whitaker to run also. He's hit in the backfield, breaks the tackle. He's got a nice gain. He's going to pick up about 5. Ooh, I saw a face mask at the end, but I don't think the official saw that. And so there is no penalty on the play, but a pickup out to the 36, between 36 and 37-yard line. So we'll call that a gain of 7. Second down, and I'll call it a gain of 6. 2nd and 4 yards to go as they spot the ball. Whitaker is a tough runner, only a sophomore, getting some playing time tonight. Moody, the regular guy to come in after the starter Kyle Reed, is playing some defense tonight, but he has a cast that does not allow him to carry the ball, so he's not going to play running back tonight. Sophomore Whitaker, and another run, off tackle he goes. He's hit immediately, though. Will get yardage out past the original line of scrimmage, but not by much, so third down coming for Arkadelphia.
Third down on Whitaker, the last play right there really hit the Heisman stiff arm right there. So he is a strong guy, but he is also really tall. So I'm excited to see him really develop these next 2 years as he is only a sophomore. So awesome job by Whitaker.
Third down, 3 yards to go for Arkadelphia. Badgers look to the sideline. No reason to hurry. The ball's just going to roll, or excuse me, the clock is just going to roll here through the second half as it is 50-6. Arkadelphia in the lead at halftime and here early in the third quarter. They would like to run. They'll go up the middle. There is a fake and a pass out of the backfield. That's going to be enough for a first down. Beautiful play.
And that's going to be given to Skylar McClure kind of out there on that little pass to the tight end. So we don't see a lot of – oh, and it looks like we might have a holding call actually on the offense. So that might be coming back. But good job by Skylar McClure there getting to the first down marker, but it being marked back just a little bit by a holding penalty.
Somebody held on a little bit. Younger guys getting in on the line of scrimmage. Some of the receivers are younger guys too. They're going to mark that off, and they're going to say the ball is going to be placed at the 28-yard line. So from there, it will be third down and 12. Third and 12 from the 28-yard line. Arkadelphia lines up. Starting quarterback is, of course, a sophomore. What a game he has played. But they're going to send in a new quarterback, and it's the guy we were wondering if we'd see tonight. He is a ninth grader. Ninth grade quarterback in the game for Arkadelphia. We're going to see a lot of him as time goes by. A couple of good young quarterbacks for the Badgers. And Bryce Meekin has checked in. Meekin cannot catch the snap. Is going to have to fall on it back at the 16-yard line. Low snap that time, and he couldn't quite get a hold of it. So Arkadelphia will punt the ball away for the first time tonight. Younger guys getting an opportunity, though, in a playoff game. That's a meaningful thing.
That is a meaningful thing, and my mom is sitting in here with me, and I think she can attest. The first time I played in my first high school game, I whiffed a sack, and it was posted on Facebook. So I went around at the defensive end spot, and I was a little bit too scared, and I just tripped onto my face. So these guys are already doing better than I am. So great job by the freshmen, and they're going to just be doing even better as the years come. And even tonight, they're going to get better and better tonight.
Punt coming for the Badgers. The kick is a high one. This could be returnable. It's going to be allowed to bounce. It takes an Arkadelphia bounce way across the 50-yard line. It'll roll all the way to the 39. Very effective punt. Ozark has the ball for the first time now in the second half. They got a score on the opening kickoff, Cooper, but then they did not score with their offense throughout the first half.
That's right. Our defense really is just such a dominant defense. As we have some new players actually checking in right now, but I know they're expecting the same kind of dominance. Coach Shucker says it every single week. They expect the same things from the twos to the ones to the threes. Just the first string, second string, third string, no matter what you are, if you are a Badger, you are expected from greatness. So let's see what they do right here with this Badger defense.
They're going to play against, of course, some of the veteran players, the starters for Ozark. Let's see how they can compete. Well, the ball's on the turf. It's going to be fallen on, though, by the quarterback. He lost it on an exchange with the running back, but then he saw it in time to jump on it. So recovery made by the quarterback, Cade Camp.
Recovers the ball.
That's a loss on the play of about 4.5 yards. Second down coming.
Ball is back to the 35-yard.
Well, we'll keep an eye and give you some of the names of some of these younger players getting some action. They've got a lot of action this year as Arkadelphia has won several games by the good sportsmanship rule.
And that is something that is just super special about this program. Not a lot of programs get to get all their, really every single player in on Friday nights. So that is something that's very special about Arkadelphia football.
On second down and long, they'll send a man in motion, and they're going to fake it to him, and he wants to throw. He'll fire it down the left sideline, and that ball is tipped out of bounds. That was a good pass. His receiver was there, but a really nice play in the backfield for the Arkadelphia Badgers. Knocking it away was Jaden McKenzie.
Covering for the Badgers.
Third down and long. That may be the longest pass I've seen to a really large H-back that looks like he could play the offensive line. Blaine Childers has been a key player tonight for Ozark, and that time he was open on a deep pass, but the defender got there and knocked it away. 3rd down and long. Blocking backs to the left side. They'll come in motion. They'll pitch it to one of them, and he'll come around the edge and make some yardage. There's a good run to the 45 to the 49-yard line. Best run of the night, and one of the few times tonight that a dangerous receiver has had the football. That's Colton Rawson, and he gets a gain for a 1st down. Ball at the Ozark 49-yard line. A little misdirection there and took advantage of the younger Badgers.
Really got to be paying attention to your key here. Going to watch some pulling guards as well. Just right there on that misdirection play. So let's see what they do.
Badgers line up defensively. 3 guys realign for Ozark on the right side, blocking backs. They'll block for the quarterback. He's looking for space, but he's going to be hit for only a short gain. A couple of Badgers are the first ones there. One of those for Arkadelphia, linebacker coming up, making a nice hit. That was Carson Trigg. Just a gain of 1, 2nd and 9 from the 50-yard line. Ozark is also in no hurry. It's 50-6 Arkadelphia. We're down to 4:05 left in the 3rd quarter. The clock is just going to continue to roll here through the 2nd half. Good sportsmanship rule is a good thing in high school football, I think. They'll send a man in motion, but run right up the middle. This is a tough running back. It's going to take some Badgers to get on top of him and tackle him, and they'll bring him down inside the 45 to the 44-yard line on the carry, and he's had a lot of them tonight. It's been a busy night for Eli Gilstrap.
And kind of just thinking of, if I was in these players' shoes, it's 50-6, Ozark. Some of these seniors, they're going to want to give it everything they got because this might be their last football game of the season. So unless he's going to go play college, he's a senior, so he's going to be running hard for the rest of the night.
I wouldn't be surprised if he gets it again here on 3rd down. They're going to run the option. They'll pitch it inside this time. The ball bounces around. Arkadelphia, I think, is going to get it. There's a turnover, and the Badgers have it, but wait a minute. An official says, no, the ball has been blown dead. And what was the call?
I think they might call that for an incomplete pass, as it was kind of a pass forward.
Yeah, I think that's a correct call, actually. It was a forward pass, even though it was a short one. It was not handled, so it's incomplete. 4th down and 3. I didn't think about it at the time we were watching it. Rolling around sure looked like a fumble behind the line of scrimmage, but he threw it forward, so it is an incomplete pass. On 4th down, quarterback wants to throw. He'll look short. He will catch his receiver at the 42 and out of bounds. 1st down. That was an outstanding catch by Easton Fox, who is a dangerous receiver but only a sophomore, and he had him at a one-armed catch there, one-handed catch.
Pretty athletic play right there from one of the Ozark players, so good job by that man.
At the 38-yard line after the catch and run by Easton Fox, and Arkadelphia lines up defensively. Clock just continues to roll. We're under 2 minutes to play here in the 3rd quarter. Got a lot of excitement left for you, though. I'll mention our postgame show here in a moment. This time Gilstrap will line up as a receiver in the slot at the top of the screen. They'll send another man in motion. That's Fox. Rolling to his left, looking downfield and firing it deep is the quarterback, but it's knocked down and incomplete. Almost another interception.
Almost another interception. That would have been by, if we can get his number, good defensive play right there, as there were 2 Badgers there. Great defensive stop right there on 1st down. Is now 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, I believe the defender on that play for Arkadelphia was Gavin Jones. Knocked it down, so it is 2nd down and 10. We're down to 1 minute and 6 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. Time is flying by. They're going to pitch it, a little misdirection. Completed pass to the right side, yardage to the 35. He'll be knocked out of bounds before he reaches the 30-yard line. On the catch and run was Colton Rawson. even though he stepped out. Not going to stop the clock now, down to 41 seconds left. It's a good sportsmanship rule. That clock is just going to roll. At the Arkadelphia 32-yard line, 3rd down and 4. On 3rd down and 4, Gilstrap is back in the backfield. I'll look for him to run the ball often because he is a bruising runner. They'll run the option again. They'll pitch it to Gilstrap. He's got a little bit of yardage to the 30. They're going to drag him down by his jersey, but a flag goes down. Ooh, I thought he had purely jersey, but he may have grabbed the shoulder pad because I think they're going to call a penalty on Arkadelphia. The horse collar, I think, is going to be the call, although I thought he had him just by the jersey. It's going to be a first down any way you look at it, though. Would have had a first down anyway. And that is the end of the 3rd quarter, so we will take a break. This game's been dominated by Arkadelphia. No scoring as the clock rolled through the 3rd quarter. Ozark will try to get their first offensive touchdown when we come back for 4th quarter action. It's Arkadelphia 50 and Ozark 6. This is Arkadelphia Badgers football.
Locally owned and operated, Welch Funeral Home has been serving the Arkadelphia community since 2005. Our goal at Welch Funeral Home is to offer every family that will allow us to serve them the most caring, dignified, professional service at the most affordable price. With over 40 years of experience in the funeral home industry, owner Tim Welch and Welch Funeral Home have also been longtime supporters of the Arkadelphia Badgers and Lady Badgers. Contact Welch Funeral Home at 870-230-1400 or visit them at 202 South 4th Street near downtown Arkadelphia. As a family-owned sporting goods supplier since 1950, Southwest Sporting Goods understands the value of customer service and is committed to providing the best quality customer service and merchandise available. Southwest Sporting Goods is located in Arkadelphia, but also has salesmen that cover the entire state of Arkansas to help ensure that their customers will receive the best customer service and pricing that can be found. Southwest Sporting Goods, located in downtown Arkadelphia, supporting the Badgers since 1950.
Go Badgers!
After the penalty mark-off, it is a 1st down and 10, Ozark at the 13-yard line of the Badgers. And a run. This is Gilstrap up the middle. He'll break 2 tackles. He'll fall forward. He's near the end zone, and he is apparently not in. He's just an inch or 2 short. I thought he was going to make it, but they said he didn't quite get to the end zone. He runs hard and had a nice 12.5 yards there. 1st down, a half-yard out. No, I think they'll give it right back to him. To Gilstrap. He's hit, but he'll fall into the end zone. There's a touchdown for Ozark, the first offensive touchdown of the night for Ozark, and on the carry was their big, strong running back, Eli Gilstrap, the senior.
Just like we said, he's not going to stop running for the rest of the night. He's got 11 minutes for his high school, I hate to be pretty blunt, but for his high school career. So he's going to keep running hard. He's going to keep running super hard. He's a good runner, so good job by Eli.
They're going to go for 2. Kicking game not a strength this year, apparently. They'll go for 2 again, and he'll throw it to the end zone and miss his intended receiver. So it's incomplete. 12 points tonight for Ozark so far early in the 4th quarter, but Arkadelphia leads at 50-12. Gilstrap got the 1-yard touchdown run. 2-point conversion, no good. And we have a pause while we get ready for a kickoff, but the clock continues to run. 10:35 left in the 4th quarter. We'll be back. This is Arkadelphia Badgers football.
Locally owned and operated, Java Primo is the official coffee house of ArkadelphiaBadgerTV.com. At Java Primo, amazing coffee is just the beginning. In addition to coffee, drinks, and desserts, we also have wonderful options for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Shop our gift selection 24/7 online at javaprimo.com or visit us on Main Street in historic downtown Arkadelphia. Java Primo Coffee House, Cafe, and more says, Go Badgers!
Doctors Gary and Rob Rucker are proud sponsors of this Arkadelphia Badger broadcast. Dr. Gary and Rob Rucker supporting the Badgers since 1996.
Here's the kickoff. Line drive, bouncing kickoff. Bounces by one return man. It will roll out of bounds. So the penalty on the play. Give Arkadelphia pretty good field position as they get started. So the Badgers will send their younger guys on again. We're going to see Whitaker at running back, some younger offensive linemen out there. A lot of discussion. And we'll see the offense appear momentarily. They're going to spot the ball at the 35-yard line. First down and 10 for the Badgers. And the clock just continues to run, 9:15 left in the game. But what a joy it is when you are a youngster and you get to play in a playoff game. And that is happening right now for Arkadelphia as a result of that big lead of 44 points at halftime, 50-6. It's now 50-12 after the Ozark touchdown, and the Badgers line up offensively. One back formation as usual, running back to the right of the quarterback. The quarterback will fake the handoff and run the ball. There's a good run up the middle. And the run was by a ninth grader who has checked in to play some quarterback tonight for Arkadelphia. That's Bryce Meekin.
He is a tall, very athletic quarterback, and I've heard some word that he can throw the football as well. So I'm excited. I hope they get to showcase his arm a little bit here tonight in his high school debut, if you want to call that. So I'm excited what he's about to do on a new set of downs. Let's see him go score a touchdown.
Meekin got 9 yards on the run. On second down and 1, Arkadelphia hands off to Whitaker. He's got a first down and more. He's to the 50, to the 45. He struggles past the 40, still fighting for yardage. He's to the 35-yard line. What a good run by the sophomore.
You got 9th graders, you got 10th graders, you got everyone out there, but majority, you got some freshmen out there. You got some sophomores still playing very dominant against a senior high-level Ozark defense. So great job by the Badger offense, and let's see what our new quarterback, Bryce Meekin, the freshman, is going to do.
Wide receivers at the bottom of your screen are Riley Cummins, and then in the slot is Nate Alexander. Handoff faked. Quarterback keeps it. There's room again. He's got some yardage, and then the gill strap's going to bring him down, but the 9th grader got positive yardage.
He did get positive yardage. It looks like they're going to mark him for a plus 5 yards. So good job once again by number 15, Bryce
Runs
Meekin.
of 9 and 5 yards. So, Cooper, what a good job by the 9th grade quarterback subbing in for the starter, who's a 10th grader. This time they're going to put Nate Alexander in the slot at the top of your screen. Wide on the left side for Arkadelphia is Caden Richards. Here's the snap. 9th grade quarterback will keep it and go to his right, and he's got some room. To the 20, to the 15, to the 10. He's going to score an Arkadelphia touchdown with a 9th grade quarterback. Meekin on the score.
Meekin on the score, his first high school touchdown. Someone screen record it, someone send it to mom, someone send it to dad. They're going to remember that for a long time. So first high school touchdown for Meekin and another score for the Badgers. Congratulations.
I think I'll remember that for a long time. I've done this for a long time, Cooper. I don't remember a 9th grade quarterback scoring on a 30-yard run. Wonderful job by Meekin.
It looks like we might have a bright future ahead of us the next couple years.
Well, of course, you've got McCoy, only a sophomore, also a great quarterback. He's the starter. Kick is up, and it is good. Arkadelphia 57 and Ozark 12 with only 5:54 left, and the clock will continue to run. Tell you what, we'll take a break and come right back with the kickoff. This is Arkadelphia Badgers football.
The State Farm Personal Price Plan helps you create an affordable price just for you.
Call State Farm agent Roger Wingfield for your personal price plan today.
When you bundle home and auto, good things can happen. You get a local agent who can help you choose the right coverage for you at a price that's right for you.
Call State Farm agent Roger Wingfield in Arkadelphia today.
19-yard touchdown run by Meekin after he'd run for 9 yards and 5 yards on his first 2 carries. We saw him throwing the ball beautifully in warm-ups. I didn't expect to see him running for big gains and touchdowns. That's what he's done as the 9th graders come in to play some quarterback.
I didn't expect it either. Yeah, you mentioned he was very, very smooth throwing that ball. It looked like no effort is kind of what we were both saying, but he was still slinging it a good 30, 40 yards sometimes. So he's an athletic quarterback, but also I wonder if we will see another offensive possession for the Badgers to kind of showcase the arm a little bit. Even though we are 57-12, it's kind of fun to have the freshmen kind of give them the freshman spotlight.
Just got a note from Kerry Garnett out in San Diego. He, of course, is the sponsor for our post-game show with Blend Real Estate out in San Diego, and he says congratulations on the freshman QB scoring a touchdown. Kerry, that was an exceptional run, and he is a pretty quick little 6'3" running back. Tell you what, great to have depth at quarterback. McCoy has started all year as a sophomore, done a beautiful job. And now the 9th grader comes in and does a nice job too. Bouncing ball, go right past the return man and on into the end zone. Cannot return it from there, so Ozark will get the ball first down and 10. Arkadelphia will send its defense. Some of the younger guys getting experience now with only 3:44 left in the contest. We want you to stay tuned for the postgame show, and we'll interrupt the postgame show, and Kerry Garnett won't mind because he was also a saxophone player in the band. The band will perform its entire show, including every bit of what they did at contest when they've done so well again this year in their competitions. They want to do it for the home crowd, so they'll do it after the game. The football players who are in the band are going to be able to participate in that, and we're going to show you all of that when they get it ready. Of course, they got to get players off the field, and they got to get some things set up on the field, but when they're ready, we're going to bring you that band show, and then we'll come back and finish the postgame show also. Going to be a fun night to be a Badger with the big wind, huge crowd, beautiful weather, and the band will perform after the game tonight. Pistol formation. They want to run that option and pitch the ball. Here is a hit in the backfield, and a nice job this time by the young guys as they surround Mr. Gilstrap and bring him down. Gilstrap is tackled with no gain. Second down, 10 yards to go. We're down to 2:29 left. This game will not go on much longer as the clock's just not going to stop for anything short of an injury, and we certainly hope that nothing like that will happen here late in this ball game or really at any time. They're going to line up with running backs on each side of the quarterback. Ozark is also building for the future. Young guys have played all night tonight, getting some younger guys in now. They want to throw the ball. To the flat it goes. Gilstrap will catch it. He'll make it up to the 28-29. I think he made a first down at the 30-yard line. So Ozark has moved the ball for another first down. 1:55 left here in the ball game. Arkadelphia trying to have an even 7-7 with its reserves against mostly the starters for Ozark, after the first teamers for Arkadelphia posted a 50-6 lead at halftime. Badgers line up defensively. One running back to each side of the quarterback. Quarterback, of course, is a sophomore for Ozark. Their starter was injured, unable to play, but the sophomore has played well for them. A running play, off tackle. There's some yardage for Gilstrap, but a gain tackle again, and they're going to bring him down at the 36-yard line as whistles blow. More defensive substitutions for Arkadelphia. I just love this. You go to practice for Arkadelphia, you're going to play some football games. 1:12 left. Badgers 57, Ozark 12.
Kind of shouting out some of these guys that just got in. Andy McDill, number 27, defensive back, a 9th grader as well, getting in on the defensive side. I'm sure there's more out there. We can catch their numbers. We'll shout them out.
You bet. McDill is going to be a fine player. As you said, getting his first varsity action, the 9th grader. That season has finished. They had a good year. Gilstrap will break 2 tackles and then be brought down. Really strong tackles there. In fact, Moody has checked in on defense, his first action in a while.
You know who just made that tackle? Andy McDill, the freshman.
Moody hit him in one spot. McDill hit him in another. Yeah, they teamed up on that one. I'm glad you called McDill and his name, his first tackle as an Arkadelphia Badger.
That's right.
9th grader.
Great job by Moody. We see his right hand. He is clubbed up. Good to see him back in action at the linebacker position.
One more play if they choose to play it. Less than 10 seconds left. They'll send a man in motion. They want to have, this is the last play of the season for Ozark. A pitch, and Gilstrap is hit and tackled again. And that's a nice hit. And they're going to bring him down. I want to give credit for that hit. There were about 3 Badgers in on that play, but the one who made the most contact was Anthony Hill, who is also a 9th grader. Big play for the Arkadelphia Badgers, big future for the Arkadelphia Badgers. I'll tell you what, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back with the postgame show. We're going to run that postgame show until the field is clear and the band is set up, and then we're going to bring you that band. Beautiful performance. I just love the show they're doing every year, and this year is something special. We're going to bring that to you in its entirety, but we'll come back first, and we'll do some post-game show until they're ready for the band show. So come back and join us for the Blend Real Estate post-game show. This is the Arkadelphia Badgers football.
At Eccles, Thompson, and Kneebone CPA, we seek to provide accounting, tax, and financial planning services to individuals and small businesses with proficiency and integrity. Serving Arkadelphia since 1977, our staff looks forward to meeting your financial goals of today and also becoming your financial advocate for life. Visit us at 205 North 25th Street or call 246-8991 today. Eccles, Thompson, and Kneebone LTD says go Badgers.
On your side, by your side means we handle all the details if you're hurt in an accident so you can focus on your well-being. We'll get the accident report, talk to witnesses, get you into a rental car, negotiate a settlement, or even take your case to court if necessary. We will do everything we can to provide relief for you and your family. That's what we've done for our clients for more than 25 years. At Taylor King Law, we provide strong legal help and are proudly on your side, by your side.
The Board of Directors at South Central Electric Cooperative believes in the necessity of high-speed internet access in rural South Central Arkansas. South Central Connect was created to fulfill a need other internet providers were not able to provide in our area. South Central Connect, through our local cooperative, brings the necessity of internet service to your house, much like they did electricity in the 1930s. Sign up today at southcentralconnect.net or call 855-269-3429.
Welcome to the post-game show. This is Jeff Root along with me, Cooper Darr. And what you're seeing on the field here in just a moment is going to be the band show being set up at the same time that the football team has a little discussion. Now, we normally bring, and we will again this time, a conversation between Chris Babb and Arkadelphia head coach Trey Shucker. We saw a number of football players running off the field moments ago. Nothing is wrong. They're just running to join the band.
Yeah, I was a little concerned there for a second. I was like, what is happening? As now the football players are coming over to the sideline to support the band. This might be one of the coolest things I think I've ever seen. They just had a dominant playoff victory. The crowd is roaring them on, but the band now takes the field after the game. This is one of the coolest things I've ever seen. I'm kind of in awe about what is happening. The football team is on the sidelines. Now the band takes the field. The roles are reversed for sure here. This is really cool. This is really neat.
We have shown you some really wonderful halftime shows, but we haven't shown you the competition show because it involves football players.
It does.
But now, with the game over and with this being presented after the game, they're able to join. In fact, you see a tuba player walking out in the middle of the field now, still in uniform. As they are joining the rest of the band, you're going to be able to see the competition show that's done so well. This band is state champion time after time after time in Class 4A. You can see the full show, and we're excited to bring it to you here. They're excited to do it for you, and I am, like you, I'm so excited to see that the football team is right here to support the band. We're talking about state champions in football, state champions in band competitions, and we're talking about really teams that compete for a championship every year, whether it's the band or the football team, and they are supporting each other. And some of the teammates of the football players out there with the band right now. Why would you have to do only one of the two things you love?
That's right. I mean, especially at Arkadelphia, you can do really everything. If you want to go play some basketball after football season's over, go do it. Baseball in the spring, you might as well wrestle while you're at it as well. So you got band, you got choir, you can do it all. I did choir in high school, but also played football. So it's really cool to see, just like you said, there were guys running away from the huddle into the band. And I thought something was wrong there for a second, but no, they're just about to go play their show.
All right, as soon as Steve Patterson begins the PA, we're just going to switch to his sound, and you'll hear the band and Steve making those introductions. We're going to break suddenly to that as soon as it starts. As they're setting up, let me tell you, though, that Kerry Garnett, our sponsor with Blend Real Estate out in San Diego, also an outstanding saxophone player. So He's sitting back in San Diego grinning right now at the very idea that he's going to get to see not only a football team that has won 57-12 in the first round of the playoffs, but a fantastic band performance coming your way here momentarily. You also see some cheerleaders in the band. I mean, this is a school, a system that allows you to do more than one activity, and I think it's fantastic.
That's very special, especially excelling really in everything you do. There's another football player running onto the field. He took his pads off. Now he's about to – let's see what instrument he picks up. But, yeah, this is really unbelievable to watch. The football team is still on the sideline. They haven't celebrated their victory really yet, and now they're about to celebrate with the band. So really awesome. It's about to be a really great show as well.
Large crowd has stayed around to watch this performance also, and we're not too far from it right now. Getting close. We are going to have our normal postgame show after the band production. We're going to have Jim Rothwell give us stats, and of course the stats that we heard at halftime will be the stats for the starters of the game, but it was quite a football game. That first half, 50 points, and in the second half, their youngster, the 9th grade quarterback, Mr. Meekin, got a touchdown as well. Defense played extremely well, both the starters and the backups. We're getting close now to seeing some action as we see a football player who plays the trumpet making his way out to the field. And another one or two. I guess it's easier to march with your pads off. We just got a little uniform change here just briefly. So we'll bring you Jim Rothwell's stats. We'll have a conversation. Chris Babb is down talking right now to the coach of the Arkadelphia Badgers, Trey Shucker, and we'll have that recording in a few minutes after this band performance. We'll also talk about offensive and defensive players of the game, and we'll preview next week's contest as Arkadelphia will be moving on to the second round of the playoffs for another home game. We're looking forward to being right back here next Friday night.
Yep, either against Gentry or DeWitt. We'll let you know what we know here in just a little bit after the band performs. But I've got to play against both of those schools, and I get to give a little insight on I have buddies that play at Gentry still. The starting quarterback, Talon Williams, is at Gentry. And so if we play Gentry next week, those are some of my guys that I grew up with. So I'm interested to see who we play next week.
I think we'll have a fair number of final scores because with the band performance, it is kind of making up for the fact that the game here in Arkadelphia went quickly in the second half with the good sportsmanship rule. All right. Here is Steve Patterson on the PA, and we'll go to the band performance.
Badger Pride Marching Band. This past Monday, the Badger Pride Marching Band earned the silver medal for their second place finish at the ASBAO State Marching Contest in Little Rock. Tonight, the band is led onto the field by drum major Jancy Thomas. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the Badger Pride Marching Band is pleased to present their final performance of the 2024 production titled Alcatraz, Escape from the Rock. Arkadelphia High School Badger Pride Marching Band.
What an outstanding performance by the Arkadelphia High School Marching Band. This is the Blend Real Estate post-game show, and we're going to have a lot to talk about here at the post-game show, but let's take a break. We'll be back with an interview momentarily. Well, I'll tell you what, let's just keep it right here. We'll go right to the sideline. This is Chris Babb's conversation with Arkadelphia head coach Trey Shucker.
Here with Arkadelphia head coach Trey Shucker. Coach, congrats on the win. It was a quick start for Ozark, but then your guys responded with 50 straight.
Yeah, I was really proud of how our guys responded after that. They had a really good play to start the game and put points on the board for our guys. Stuck true to what we knew, what could happen. Our guys came out, met the physicality, and got after it. I'm very proud of a round one win.
Get to play home next week and you're ready for another playoff game. I know that's special too.
Yeah, we just take it week by week. We took care of business tonight. Now we're getting ready for the next opponent. Don't know who that's going to be yet, but we're excited to be back in Badger Stadium next week, playing at home in the playoffs.
Thanks, Coach. Appreciate it.
Badger Stadium playing at home in the second round of the playoffs, as Coach Shucker just said. Chris Babb recorded that interview just before the band performance down on the field. What a wonderful job they did. Jim Rothwell is here. He's going to give us a statistical report. We'll be back with Cooper Darr and also with Chris Babb. We'll be talking about the Arkadelphia Badgers' big win tonight and marching ahead in the playoffs to the second round next week. All that when we come back in your direction. This is the Blend Real Estate postgame show on the Arkadelphia Badgers football broadcast.
Everyone's known for something. Ours is simple. At the Southwest Auto Collection and iDriveSWA.com, you get the absolute lowest price on America's best brands: Ford, Lincoln, Chevy, GMC, Buick, and Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram. The best selection and the lowest prices guaranteed. And we deliver anywhere in the state, plus tires for life. It really is that simple. Visit us today, the Southwest Auto Collection, I-30 exit 78 in Arkadelphia, or online at iDriveSWA.com.
Turner, Rogers, Manning & Plyler CPA is a longtime supporter of the Arkadelphia Public School District. Turner, Rogers, Manning & Plyler has established a reputation for providing clients with outstanding services that include auditing, accounting, and tax and business consulting. Contact Turner, Rogers, Manning & Plyler today at 870-246-4563 or by visiting them at 305 Professional Park Drive in Arkadelphia. Turner, Rogers, Manning & Plyler says, "Go Badgers!"
We're back in the Blend Real Estate postgame show. We just got an update on a score, and it is really interesting. Next week's opponent for Arkadelphia will either be Gentry or DeWitt. That game is tied in the fourth quarter at 28-28. 28-28. Either Gentry or DeWitt will make the move to Arkadelphia next Friday night to take on the Arkadelphia Badgers. The Arkadelphia Badgers, of course, led 50-6 at halftime tonight. Got the win 57-12. Those are the stats that I know. For all the rest of the knowledge about statistics, let's go to Jim Rothwell. Jim.
Let's talk about the defense. Again, we talked about the offense there at halftime. Started off with them. But, again, the defense just has a great night. A little over 160 yards. A lot of that came in the second half. Mr. Gilstrap did have a pretty big night, 19 carries for 81 yards and 1 TD. He did have 2 receptions for 22 yards. Cap, the sophomore quarterback, was 5 out of 11 for 61 yards. Did have 2 interceptions, which really, in the first half, I think sort of changed the course of the game, were factors in that. Again, the defense shut down the running game. Most of the yardage that Ozark got rushing came in the second half against the backups, particularly that one long drive that led to the score. So great job by the defense, again, creating some turnovers there. So looking forward to seeing them continue to play, particularly the defensive line, just keep putting pressure on the quarterback if they're throwing or shutting down. Some great running backs, pretty much. Maybe one long run, but very effective in not letting just keep rolling on down the field. And we saw that again tonight, where the defense played very well. Again, we didn't have to see much from the secondary because they didn't throw a lot there. And again, there was one really interesting catch after a tip ball. And Gilstrap did make a couple of good catches. They were trying to use him, getting him into the passing game. Offensively, it's not a lot different than the first half, but we did see the freshman quarterback come in, and we saw him more with his legs than his running, really. He was very effective running the ball. Meekin, yes.
Bryce Meekin, yes.
Yes, Bryce Meekin. But we did see McCoy, 14 out of 19, 220 yards, 6 TDs there in the first half, spreading that ball around 5 different receivers with 4 of them have 2 or more catches. We saw a big night from Reed with 5 catches for 48 yards and been rushed 4 times for 24. It was the big plays and the turnovers in the first half that really helped Arkadelphia jump out to a big score there. But 6 touchdowns, no interceptions. Again, a strong half by McCoy, the quarterback. Reed, again, effective game, both running and passing. Big game from Purefoy, 3 catches for 79 yards. Big game from Roberts, again, 3 catches, 43, and a TD. Purefoy had 2 TDs. So we see, again, that offense being very big play-oriented. It may be a short drive, but it's 2 or 3 plays, and they're in the end zone. And better on the penalties. They still had a few. They're not, but they were able to overcome a lot of those. So Arkadelphia, again, a pretty clean game. They ended up with just 5 penalties for 60 yards. A couple of, I think there were 3 maybe personal fouls, 1 holding, and 1 motion, I think, if I remember right. So some of those came with the defense. Again, pretty clean game. What you would like in a first-round game. Get your starters in there and get some good play. Little challenge there early as Ozark took the lead on after the kickoff return, made a nice drive or 2, and so you felt a little challenge, which you needed in this particular game as you move through the playoffs.
You make a good point, Jim. Not only did they score a touchdown on the kickoff return, but then they onside kicked. It didn't work, but Ozark was going for a big play early to try to get a lead of more than 1 score. Arkadelphia, first of all, didn't give up the ball on the onside kick, and then scored every time they had the ball. And the defense also scored to put 50 on the board by halftime.
Right. Ozark came back after the Arkadelphia score and moved the ball pretty well, if I remember correctly. But the defense came through and stopped them, and maybe some penalties. Ozark had problems with penalties all night. And with their type of offense, a 5-yard penalty makes a big difference, because if you're running the ball and you have to get another 5 yards, you can get that 10 yards in 3 plays, but it's hard to get 12 or 15 in 3 running plays.
That's exactly right. And that first possession for Ozark after Arkadelphia had scored to make it 7-6, they did cross midfield, but then failed to make it on a 4th down. On their second possession, they got to the 50-yard line through an interception. Arkadelphia suddenly had scored 2 more times to build on that lead.
Yeah, that was an interesting play call to me. They lined the quarterback up in the backfield by himself, and I think it was just a yard or 2. And when you've got Gilstrap with the ball and can run it, I was a little surprised that they didn't go they had a single back field with just the quarterback back there, and he tried to run off tackle or around the end, and Arkadelphia was ready for him.
Even after that, they gambled, went for it at their own 36-yard line, and it just did not work out as they turned it over on downs at their own 22-yard line because of a sack. Arkadelphia scored in only 2 plays, and the Badgers at that point were off to the races.
Yeah. Again, the interception made a big difference as well. We saw good defensive play there.
So once again, the offense plays well enough, the defense plays well enough, the special teams are strong except for that 1 kickoff return to start the game. So once again, it's the good sportsmanship rule. This has done a couple of things. It's given the young guys a lot of opportunities to get some play, including 9th graders tonight. The quarterback, Meekin, was not the only 9th grader who played tonight. And then you've also got an opportunity to stay healthy. It's a healthy football team for the Arkadelphia Badgers.
It really is. Even Moody is back on the field, and maybe another week or 2 we can see him back at the running back. We'll just have to wait and see. But again, even his presence in defense gives you another linebacker, which strengthens that defense.
That's true, and Whitaker's done a nice job as the backup because they're going to play more than 1 running back.
Yeah.
Reed did a super job tonight. caught 5 passes, some of those for first downs. They blitzed on one, and he easily picked up a first down on the short pass. He didn't have as many yards as some of the other guys, but he certainly had some key catches tonight. Jim, thank you so much for the stats. We're going to turn our attention to Cooper Dar now. And Cooper, do you have any score updates for us? We're still waiting to see what happens in the DeWitt Gentry game.
Do have a score update. I do want to mention it is a new score for DeWitt and Gentry. I'm watching the live stream right now. 8 minutes left in the fourth quarter. The Dragons of DeWitt are 35. The Gentry Pioneers 34. So it is still a very, very close game. Let me see as I pull up Fearless Friday. We have that's the 3A. Let's look at the 4A. Pocahontas 22, Nashville 0. Latest score was updated in the third quarter. Pottsville 27, Malvern 7. I'm sure that's been updated by now. We want to keep an eye on that one for sure. Malvern won 28-27.
Kind of expected a comeback there, Cooper, but I wasn't sure they could make up the ground that they were behind, and they did. So Malvern came alive in the second half and got that win tonight.
They really did. And Gosnell and Clinton 42, Gosnell 6 in the fourth quarter. Highland 10, Ashdown 7. These are updated on Fearless Friday, so this is what I'm reading off of. Blytheville, Heber Springs 23, Blytheville 20. Gravett 21, Hamburg 38. Elkins with a big O 52. And West Helena 6. So we expected Elkins to be pretty dominant on that side of the bracket. Mills having a bye as they're the 1 seed on that side of the bracket. So a lot of good football tonight.
Frankly, in the first round of the playoffs, you do see some lopsided scores. Arkadelphia, though, the key is not to take anything for granted, but be ready to play every down. They proved that in the first half. Touchdown on every possession, defensive touchdown, and they have 50 points by halftime and have put the game away.
That's right, especially getting 50 points in a whole half in a playoff game, something that's very hard to do no matter who you're playing. And from here, you're going to the second round, which it just gets harder and harder. But you're in the playoffs. It's hard. It's hard to stay alive, stay healthy, but that's something that's very good about the Arkadelphia Badgers. We are healthy. So that is something that will be in favor of Arkadelphia for the rest of this playoff run.
It really does matter. I tell you what, we don't know who we're going to play yet, but we'll keep you up to date on that score. And in the meantime, I'm going to go to Chris Babb and wrap up the broadcast with offensive and defensive players of the game for this contest. We heard stats that were representing basically the first half because the first teamers didn't play any in the third or fourth quarter. But let's talk about a defensive player of the game first. A lot of candidates, as always, on this defense.
Man, it's yeah, every week it seems like we're, could just put 11 names in a hat, actually 13 or 14, and pull them out. Saw, Braden Wagner had a pick 6. Heard Reese Campbell's name several times. We heard all the defensive linemen. I could go with Braden Wagner because of the pick 6, but obviously that pressure was forced by a defensive lineman. But Braden, if you want to count special teams with defense, he really has done a great job of helping Arkadelphia with field position at the punt returner position. If this is fantasy football, you get points for defense and special teams. So if we want to shift that, I could go with Braden Wagner.
I will too. I want to just say everybody who ganged up on Gilstrap was a key tonight because he could run through 1 or 2 people, but he couldn't run through 5. He was a tough runner. But Arkadelphia gang tackled him, and that made a difference in the football game. But I'm with you. We'll go with Wagner for our defensive player of the game. Offensive player of the game, let me give you a start here, Chris, by just saying that while many, many people played well, I'm counting McCoy with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 touchdown passes tonight.
Yeah, 14 of 19, 220 yards and a half. Jim talked about at halftime how this is the, multiple weeks in a row, over 200 yards passing the first half, no interceptions. I like that. I like that pick.
It was a lot of fun to see the 9th grader play quarterback. He ran for a touchdown, but
Absolutely.
You got to talk about the sophomore quarterback. McCoy's had a great season and 6 touchdown passes and a half tonight.
Yeah, and, I think even more so than, Donovan Whitten put up a lot of numbers. And a lot of those came in some halves of action. I think they had a few more games where they play a little bit deeper into the third quarter during that season and be able to put numbers up. But It's hard to do it per quarter or per drive, or because he's not playing full games. But I could go with McCoy as well.
I will also say some of that belongs to the receivers too, because a couple of those touchdowns were very short passes, like a yard pass, and then runs after the catch. But they're still touchdown passes. The play worked well.
Had 5 incompletions. I know one of those was a throwaway. That wasn't a drop. Not very many drops. There was one across the middle, which the defender made a nice play on Purifoy. McCoy put it there at a nice spot. Receivers are running good routes. McCoy's putting the ball where it needs to be, and receivers are making catches.
And he's got a lot of receivers every game, 5 different guys making catches tonight. So McCoy is our offensive player of the game. Chris, wrap us up with a little more playoff talk here. Arkadelphia is going to be at home. We're still waiting for a final score of the Gentry game against DeWitt tonight.
Yeah, Arkadelphia will be at home. Gentry had to go down to DeWitt tonight. That's a long trip. Gentry is northwest of Fayetteville, right, Cooper? Near Siloam Springs. That's not close.
That's right.
And so for them to drive to DeWitt, and then, one of those is going to be driving over to Arkadelphia. I know Gentry has a fantastic young quarterback, and, there are a lot of points tonight, 35-34 with 3:42 left and counting. DeWitt has the ball and the lead, and it looks like they are on about the 32-yard line of Gentry. So Arkadelphia has played DeWitt in the playoffs maybe 3 or 4 years ago in a first or second round game. So it's fun for us to look at brackets and talk about it and who wins and who's going where. Malvern's going to be excited that they survived and advanced tonight after being down 27-7, scoring 21 straight points. Arkadelphia was down 6-0 and scored 50 straight points. A little bit different. But we can talk about all that. Arkadelphia, and I think in Coach Shucker's mind and the coaching staff, everything did go smoothly, but there are still things they can work on, and they've not played a perfect game yet, and I think they kind of like that.
Awfully good first half, though, put it away. 50-6 at halftime. 57-12 is the final score tonight. I want to say thank you to Jim Rothwell, our longtime buddy on stats tonight. I want to say thank you to Gavin Wallace, who helps in many different ways on the technical side, to Coleman Callan for the same thing. He runs the camera, he runs the computer, anything we ask him to do. I want to say thank you to Cooper Dar, who brought his family tonight to help us out. Hey, we appreciate that very much. I want to say thank you to the captain of the ship, that being Chris Babb. Folks, it is a great season for the Arkadelphia Badgers. Undefeated in conference play, now 1-0 in the playoffs, headed back to playoff round number 2 right here at Arkadelphia. Next week we'll bring the game to you. If you can come to the stadium. Good crowd tonight. We expect good weather and a good crowd next week, and we will bring it to you. If you are across the country or you're an alumnus watching these games, we hope that you'll tune in again. This has been the Blend Real Estate Postgame Show, brought to you by our buddy out in San Diego, Kerry Garnett. Good night, everybody. This is Jeff Root saying, Abby, tell Mary Kate I'll see her soon.